Okay, it is January 29th, 2022. We're in Ironfang.
Last time in Ironfang Invasion, our heroes continued exploring the secrets of the Vault of the Onyx Citadel and going to the various nexuses that had been gathering power into the Onyx Citadel to try to weaken the Hobgoblins' hold on this land. They first went to the Shard Nexus, which was guarded by a powerful druid Zorn that had some opinions on the Vault Builders and Keepers, and was successfully bribed away from the Nexus. Well, and then, after some discussions with him, they continued on to the Molten Nexus, where they met a dragon, that's a very vain dragon that was guarding the area, and they proceeded to basically sing her sweet praises until she was friendly to them and offered a way to help her regenerate some of her missing scales. And in exchange for this boon, she allowed them to alter the Molten Nexus to fix that, and as long as they promised to come back and fix her scales for her. And she was so impressed by Cassie set on probably her best performance to date. At first, she wasn't happy because it wasn't about her, but Burl noticed that, and she made a quick change to have it be Irigibel, basically, who saved the day at the end. And she was so impressed, she allowed them will allow them to gather some of her scales themselves, since they'll be replacing it all with a regenerate spell, which can be used to replace any material components needed for traps related to fire or stone. Or a couple other ones like Raise Dead, Non-Detection Simulacrum, that kind of thing. Then they traveled onto the Flow Nexus, and it was on the way over or on the way, it was on the way back. They traveled over to the Flow Nexus and took care of a Zark-Zoran who'd gotten really irritable.
Oh, the Genies was on the way to the Nexus.
Oh, it was? Okay. So
that was amazing.
On the way to the Nexus, they've been traveling in this dangerous area. Thankfully, since this is an Earth elemental plane, there's not a lot of stuff with flight, so they were able to avoid most of the encounters, which was just a bunch of angry dinosaurs, really. But there was some wandering genies. And there are genies in this land. They are rare, but they are one of the many natural inhabitants of this land, just like the Pecs. And you happened to encounter a bunch of wandering ones who needed to find a good camping spot. And you knew one, and you told them, they're like, cool, we'll grant you a wish. And they did. And you all got a wish. I believe, let's see, Cassie got her shadow spells better. Simon got information about his mother. Burl got...
We don't talk about what Burl got.
We don't talk about what Burl got.
We don't talk about what Burl got. We don't talk what
the only person who remembers what Burl got is Cassie and Griff.
You haven't done that yet. That was a discussion.
Yeah, well, I mean, that'll be the goal.
Yeah.
So, Burl got this Onyx Shard, and the Fel got a new awesome telescope, the best that there is outside of like artifacts, and that grants her an extra spell slot up to level 6 each day. And so you guys went over, took care of the Zark-Zoran, knocked him out. I came close to killing him because you guys did so much damage before Burl came and did his merciful lance thing.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So yeah, he didn't amount to much because he is, again, the ranged combat helps, and even though he has his massive electrical attack, you all were able to avoid it surprisingly well, considering it was a DC 40.
Yeah, we got 2 nat 20s, Burl and Griff.
Yeah, and I think Wendell also totaled up to a 40, I believe.
Yep. Inspiring sword, baby.
Yeah, inspiring sword and haste or something got him up to 40, just naturally. And so that was funny. And then he tried to bite at Burl but couldn't get a grip, and then he was knocked out. So you guys took care of that, fixed the flow nexus, and I believe at that point had like 106 hours remaining.
Yeah, it was like 106, 105. Well, it couldn't have been 105. So yeah, it was like 106 hours. That sounds right.
We got some time to work with now.
Yep. And then traveled back, and I think you like encountered another one of those dinosaur things. And
We ran into so many thunder behemoths.
yeah, a lot of thunder behemoths. But after that, you made camp near the Irritabilis holdout, and that is when Simon got a vision of. He thought he heard Sid's voice, and had
Hikal Bellatum.
Hikal Balatam, right? Thank you. Hikal Balatam doing some work in her office. And yeah. And oh right. And got basically an image of a mask coming off of her as soon as her personality shifted, and she acted much very different than how you'd seen her before. And yeah. So that's interesting. And I believe that's where we left off.
So, just to, so was it Hikal Bellatum? No, it wasn't Hikal Bellatum, right? It was someone who was at a desk who is pretending to be one person, but is actually their mom.
Yeah, it seemed to look like Hikal Balatam as far as you could tell.
Okay, so it was Hikal Bellatum who we thought it was, who was telling someone who sounded like Sydney Bai.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after he left, you got the image of the Mask of Norberger lifting and something about everything that she was shifted. She looked the same, but basically as soon as he got an image of the mask off, something about her shifted to something else. And that's when the magic came in clearly.
Okay, got it.
And I believe that is it. Yep. Okay, so it is, you guys are camping up over near the mountains right now.
Right. So before they continue, Cassie says to the group, it might be a good idea to. We don't need to remember. Memories can hurt the group. I think maybe a particular one should be forgotten about by a couple people, and I can help. I can help do that. What do you guys feel about that?
I was counting on it. And I just want to make sure that, Fel, you don't believe we're being looked at right now, right?
I haven't gotten any warnings off of my spell yet, so there's
Okay.
that.
So as long as that's good, I say, yep, go for it.
Wendell?
I guess I'm okay with it.
You'll be safer this way.
Safer schmeefer. It's not as much fun.
It will be, actually. For the long haul. Believe me. So, yeah, she will use her shadow enchantment ability. Her greater shadow enchantment ability to copy the what is it? Hold on, let me get my list. Okay. Modify memory. There we go. And I will modify the memory of Burl, Wendell, and Fell. That Burl's wished. Let's see.
Actually, is it possible? Like, I know.
Burl, what else would you really wish for that would feel real?
Calculating. Some kind of irresistible charm effect that would work on Faye.
You do realize you have a Fae in the group.
But I wouldn't want it to work on you.
I'm just saying, if it's some irresistible charm, you might want to watch the wording on that.
Is there perhaps a sillier, more what if you didn't think they were really genie? Is there like a Kit Kat bar you might wish for?
To be fair, Burl was the one that went gung ho into it, so.
That's right.
Yeah.
You were the one to go first.
Yeah. So I think if it's something that
Simon pipes up. Just make it only female. Come on.
yeah, I mean, it's a Fey women. Like that's all that
Okay,
I would have
that's
to
a little bit
specify.
safer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, isn't that really dangerous? Don't a lot of Fae get
Something I
annoying?
can activate at will. Obviously, I'm not an idiot.
Well, that's why I said you got to be careful and make sure you specify. It is rogue as DM.
Well, I was gonna say it is. I mean, it was one of those things where the genies weren't intentionally screwing with us. So
Yeah, it doesn't mean that the DM wouldn't.
well,
Perhaps an
okay, so
ability
you get the idea. Like
like a
sort
charm
of
monster.
an ability to make myself more charming and delightful to Fey women. There you go.
That's good.
A can do. Okay. All right. So I modify his memory to, and I'll make sure to have the same memory from different aspects from from each person that they think that they remember the same thing.
By the way, I have a quick question for Rogue. Do I have the feeling that I would have been able to fit the sardonic shard in any of my magical storage aside from the handy haversack or bag of holding? Like, would I have been able to squeeze it into like the scabbard of many blades or the efficient quiver? If not, that's fine. I was just trying to think if there's a clever place I could hide it.
I mean, the discovered of many blades. Does that let you have stuff that aren't weapons in there?
Rods. You get what I'm saying though. Like, if it's not possible, it's not possible. It'll stay where it
No,
is.
it can. It's small enough where it can fit in like an efficient quiver. Think of it like if you're holding it, you can hold like most of the base in your hand.
Okay, then that's perfect because the efficient quiver has enough space to store like javelins. So
Yeah, I think it's like a big pot, or like a big cat, like a really big kettle or something. So you could hold that in one hand if you wanted to.
okay, then very quickly, after confirming that there's no I Spy going on, transfer it from the handy haversack straight into the efficient quiver's javelin slot.
Okay. Um,
I will make a note of that on my sheet.
Simon kind of raises a finger. Do you normally look in there?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to shove it in there because I'm really only using it for arrow storage, which is not my main weapon right now. It's why it's perfect.
And I guess you would always want arrows out of there, so yeah, you would never get it.
Yep.
Okay. She will modify memory that that he wishes to have an
Be able to activate a charming effect on Fey women. Yep.
yes, and I'll use those words exactly. And he will feel empowered, but he hasn't had a chance. There's no Fey women at the moment, so he'll have to try it later.
Let's say that I activated it on Wendell as a joke and had no results. So
Yeah. So that's what I was going to say next. That he tried on Wendell, it did not work. Just to be sure, I will do it on him, on Wendell, and Fell and Simon.
go ahead and give it to Griff too. Cassie will be the keeper of the secret.
So check out Fell's amazing bluff
Okay.
check.
I saw it. It's beautiful.
So if you can somehow manage to beat that bluff, you would be able to tell that she's uneasy about having her memory tinkered with, and she'll probably try to resist the spell.
Oh.
Okay. Sure. Let me see. The DC, since it's be 27.
Oh, got the 7 right.
27?
I have 26 because I have I'm using Shadow Enchantment, so it is an illusion spell. So I add 2 because I have both spell focus and greater spell focus.
Huh. Okay. Okay, so you guys,
so that's what I have to save against.
so you guys can tell that fella's an easy, and you kind of tried to do it anyway to see what happens.
Okay. Can I? Okay, so I touched an easy.
If you can beat 8 sense motive,
I can very easily. Let me roll it anyway. Because I actually do have. Let me see. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I actually have a sense motive of 10.
okay. So yeah, you can tell then.
I say, look. Do you think you'd be able to really keep this secret?
Well, that would have to depend on the means used to extract it.
Do you
Are
think
you good at
could...
lying?
Do you think you could that if he was asking, you wouldn't be able to keep it off your face? I can. You're a very honest person, and I can tell. It's difficult for honest people to
What if
keep things off their face.
what if we promise to let her like clear it up after after all this is said and done? Like I don't want to hold on to this thing indefinitely. I either want to hand it back to the dwarves or to the vault keeper, whichever is more appropriate.
This will look. I understand. I really do, but I'm not. I'm not doing anything except this one memory. I'll be in and out real quick, and it won't affect anything else, and it will keep us all safe. It'll keep you safe. It'll keep the rest of us safe.
But more than anything, it'll keep Burl safe.
If you don't know, that's the way this works is that you would really think that it's not there. You could honestly say that you don't know where it is.
I know it's not like I don't trust you or anything. It's just I have a thing when it comes to my memory. Ah,
What could I do to assure you?
hmm. I,
Would you want me to lose a memory?
I don't want to ask that of you.
I'd be willing to do it for the safety of the group.
Look, just give me some time to think about it, okay?
What? Okay, well, you can't talk to anybody about it. I can do it tomorrow,
I was gonna say, how about would you just like to
but that's the
see
latest.
what happens to us? Because I'm willing to go first. Like if I do it first, would that help? Because I'm a terrible liar.
I honestly think Wendell should go first because he might accidentally say something about it afterwards.
Hey.
Yeah, that's honestly
Am I-
fair. Unless
am I wrong? Am I wrong, Wendell?
Depends on the circumstances and what could be gained.
all right. So Wendell, would it help if I tell it to you this way? We are pulling one hell of a prank by doing this. Like
Yeah,
It
but the
is.
prank's on ourselves. It's not as much
no,
fun.
no, 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 no.
I like to know what's going on.
Oh, it's the best prank.
It's a prank
okay.
on a certain stabby spellman.
After this is all over, I could give you your memory back.
As long as I can have the memory of the prank, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind everyone having the back after we're done. It's just got to get this done first.
Yep. I can give it back to you, and you will have been part of the best prank ever.
I still don't like it, but fine.
Okay. Yes, I will use modify memory on Wendell. And it will be the exact words that was said earlier. That he will have a memory of of this ability being tried on him and it not working, and he laughed in Burl's face.
And Burl shrugged because, you weren't the target.
Yeah.
Okay, Wendell, the spell completes, and you, and that memory has been altered.
And I go on to Simon said this. This is you don't want him to dislike you even more.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. I do the same thing to Simon.
Cassie, I don't think it worked. The memory didn't change.
What do you remember?
The
Activate telepathic bond.
Yeah.
the Fey gift thing. the charming Fey thing. I don't know why I wanted to change that.
No, it's fine.
We'll figure out what happened.
Why did you say it was something else? I clearly remember it. Why did you say it was something else? It was clearly the Fey charm thing.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, and Burl will say, obviously, because if a charm effect is known about, it's less effective.
Don't worry about it. Bro, let me try it.
Endel, what is going on with them?
I don't know.
Here.
I wish
here
they
we go.
just leave me alone. I want to go pull pranks on people. I want to
Here
go
we
stabby, shooty.
And I'll place my hands on Burl's head and do the spell.
I'm not resisting.
Okay. You remember exactly about the memory that you that you wished, and yeah. So I say,
I cannot wait to try this out later.
I know that was a pretty good wish. Okay. And I actually don't have any more level 6 spells, so I will have to do the other 2 in the morning.
Okay, so that's Cassie, or Fel, and Griff in the morning.
Fell and Griff in the morning. Yeah, I only have 3 uses of it. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, we've made some progress.
Yes. So let's I can get the have the boop. The mansion, rod of mansion.
Okay. Magnificent mansion.
Yep. And I'll at some point in the mansion, I'll bring Fel over to the side and say, you need to make a decision by morning because we're going to be meeting up with Arcturus at some point, and I mean, if you do, and you saw how they reacted, they it's still them. They their minds aren't messed with except for that one memory, and a few things leading up to it. But it's if I can tell that something's wrong, I think if Arcturus ever brings it up, I think he'll know something is off just by your reactions. So, think about it, but I think this is the best way. And I don't want to force you because, I mean, Mommy saw that I didn't force it today. But I really don't want you to be the loose link in the chain.
I got it. Tell you what, give me come chat with me right after I finish communing with Lord Pycon, okay?
Okay, tonight? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay.
PyCon shall be keeper of the secret.
Oh, man. All right. I'll see you in an hour or so.
Sure.
Okay. Is she trying something? Do I think she's trying anything?
No, she's... It doesn't seem like she's going to be trying anything crazy or anything.
All right.
It's
Okay.
like she just needs some time to think about what she...
Yeah. She will leave you alone. With with very caring. She'll go to pat you on the shoulder if you're okay with that, and then if not, she'll just leave with a smile. Time for PyCon.
All right, so you start casting the commune spell.
Right? Yeah. Fel begins her preparations to commune. She has her brand spanking new star-ish charts prepared.
Okay. Well, you go about the casting time. It's about 10 minutes.
She's actually not sure if this will work since it's her first time using it in the vault. So her first question is going to be, Lord Pycon, can you hear me?
Yes.
Is it really you?
Yeah.
You have any problems hearing me across planes?
No.
Phew. So did you know Gravel was Arcturus?
Yep.
Was he always this much of a dick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are the slaves we rescued okay?
Yes.
So did Mr. Minotaur's son find his mother okay?
Yes.
Was the assault on the other tower successful?
Oh, yeah.
So, is the Alliance getting along okay for now?
For now.
So, is the Ironfang commander really pissed right now?
Unclear.
Alright, time for some preparations. Are there any crazy traps in the Citadel?
Yes.
Will there be any technological defenses there?
Yes.
Does it have any undead defenders?
I don't think so.
Does it have any plant-based defenses?
I don't think so.
Is spell resistance going to be a problem in there?
Yes.
Ah, I hate that stuff. Oh, we met some Desna worshipping genies, and I wished for a telescope. That wasn't a wasted wish, right?
It's your wish.
I thought so. Oh, speaking of Desna, did you ever visit Desna's palace in Sinosure?
In what? Out of character. In what?
Cynosure is like basically the northern star, and it's actually a demiplane where Desna's palace is located.
Silent Shore. How do you spell that?
Cynosure.
Someone's doing their lore homework.
Yeah.
That really stood out to me since it's basically the Galarian equivalent of the Northern Star.
Huh. And this kind of fits with what I was saying about the sun. The Northern Star is actually another plane going into the material plane. It's not just a star. Just like the sun is, an opening to the plane of fire and positive energy. The Northern Star is just straight up a demi-plane of Desna. I am there right now.
Oh, and Fel starts to ask another question, but those are her 17 questions. Oh, I should probably write these down ahead of time. Oh well. Alright, Phil will pack up her stuff and sort of so the mansion is already up, right?
Yeah.
Alright, she'll enter the mansion, look for Cassie, and say something like, so I wanted to have that talk. There's plenty of rooms in here. We can find an empty one, right?
Yeah. She takes you to the sauna. There's like a girls' sauna and a boys' sauna, and the girls' sauna is way better than the boys' sauna. It's like got ionic columns and fountains on both sides, spraying out hot water that's in the shape of dolphins. One there's a cold bath and a hot bath, and hot stones as well. So she's like, yeah. I was about to take relaxing, just a little bit of relaxing here. You can if you want to, but this place is completely soundproof, and is a good place to talk.
Great. So as they get settled, Fel will sort of just kind of fidget around, and then finally, after a while, just pop up. So, you can probably tell, but my memory just isn't the best in general.
I mean, I've met all sorts of people. I didn't really think one way or the other. You just seem like a nice person.
Thanks. Well, I really only have my youthful addiction to Numerian fluids to thank for that.
Oh, I've wondered what happens with that. Good and bad, I suppose. Mostly bad, maybe?
Oh, it's a roll of the dice. Generally, I don't think this is something that happens to most people, or I think a considerable amount of people just die.
Well, you're around for something, and I think, that the roll of the die was. I'm glad you're here, Fel.
So I'm sure that my divination magic has come in handy a few times. But the thing is, there's something I've never used them for. Um, It's still kind of awkward to bring this up, but I figure it's probably relevant. So, a long time ago, my dad just kind of went off on a journey throughout Galarian looking for his homeland. And my mother just kind of disappeared one day.
He went off on a journey across the world looking for cigarettes and milk.
That's what I was thinking.
So messed up.
I'm sorry. Let's continue, Otaku. I'm
I'll
sorry.
be right back. I'm just gonna look for my homeland in Galarian.
I'll be back
Bye.
later.
And well, it wasn't until much later when I got the magic I currently have, so I should have the ability to find out what happened to them pretty easily. Thing is, I kind of forgot what my parents looked like.
Well, I might be able to help you with that. The same spell I used to help change the memory of the others, I can use to sharpen memory as well. I don't know how it'll work for something that isn't there, but as far as I know about memory, it's always it's in there somewhere. Sometimes it just needs something to knock a few things loose to bring it to the surface. But I am sorry to hear that. If there's anything I can do, I will do it. I know what it's like to grow up without a family too.
Well, thanks. Although the truth is, I'm actually kind of not sure if I do want to find out what happened to him. Well, I've always suspected the worst about my mom, but my dad, I mean, he was always kind of flighty, so I don't know if I would really want to look for him, but I guess I just kind of want some closure there. But anyway, that's kind of why I have a hang up when it comes to my memories. I really don't like to forget about things.
I mean, I can promise to give you the memory back at some point in the future once we're out of here and Arcturus isn't an immediate threat anymore. But you'd have to trust me on that.
So when you cast that spell, can you only affect one memory?
I affect a portion of time. If you have, I can change a memory. I can completely remove a memory. I can sharpen a memory so that you remember things a lot better. So it just works with a memory, yes. If you still remembered your parents, I could definitely sharpen the image. If you really wanted to search for them using your magic. But I understand also just wanting to avoid it too. That's something you'd need to decide for yourself. I could help you with it, or if you think it's better, just keep a good image of your father in your mind. That might be the better way to go.
Well, thanks anyway. Well, whatever I decide, I just kind of felt like I needed you to realize where I was coming from there, okay?
I do. I do now. Thank you, Fel. I still think I really understand where you're coming from. I still think it's very important that everybody has a shared memory, but I really understand where you're coming from. Just I just touch base with me tomorrow morning, and before we get going, so that that I can do it or not. But I just sleep on it and think about. I will bring it back if that's what you want after we're done with this. But like you said, you need to trust me, and I think everything I've done is worth being trusted. But you'll need to think about that yourself. Anyway, I hope you have a nice night. Enjoy the rest of this sauna here. You'll have it to yourself after I'm done. I found that this place is the best place for thinking. And at that, she'll just give a good night, dry off, get dressed with the servant, with the many servants that are there, that have in. While she's in there, they have cleaned her clothes, and she leaves Fel to think.
I think that's going to be all from her for that night. If anyone else has anything they're doing,
Simon would probably go to Cassie and say, pulling her aside, Cassie, did you change my memory of my wish?
Of your wish? What? I don't even really know. Do I? Right. You wish something about our mom? Or no. Do I actually know that? Was it in our heads?
He probably wouldn't have mentioned it.
Okay. She said, no, I don't even know what did you wish for?
I wish for information about mom, but I didn't get anything. But suddenly I have a vision now. And why else? If you changed my memory of the wish just to give me hope, then that's not cool, Cassie.
I didn't know.
Why else would you cast a spell?
You need to trust me. And I didn't. I did not do anything about that other wish. I didn't know what you wished for, really. You asked about mom. What did you see anything? I promise you, I had nothing to do with that wish.
Okay, fine. I believe you. I was just hoping you did.
You hoped I did change your memory about the wish. Why? What did you see?
I think she's an assassin for a blood siphon.
What?
Or something. I think she's Hekal.
Hekal Bellingham. Okay.
I don't know how she's a dwarf suddenly, or if the wish just got messed up, but I saw Sydney out of jail, I think, and then just got an impression of the Norgerber mask, and then she was just fucking around in her office.
So, just to be clear, we're talking about Cal, not Sid, right?
Yes, sorry. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, you were throwing me through a loop. I was like, head scratching. Whatever.
I'm sorry. Wow.
Yes. Okay. I was gonna go with you. I was like, wow. Okay, he got resurrected. Okay. All right. Okay. So. Okay.
Well, out of jail. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we didn't know anything about what happened to her, and she was in prison. And if she's, I imagine she's had to do all sorts of things to stay alive. just like we had something had to have kept her away from us all this time. Maybe she made a deal that she couldn't get out of. I don't know.
I don't know either, but it kind of makes sense, I guess. So she did rescue us from Long Shadow, and then gave us these don't die cloaks right before we left. Or not
Yeah.
cloaks, but amulets.
Yeah. That's a secret to hold on to.
If she really, I don't care what deal she made. She would have had the opportunity to pass a message along or something. Why didn't she say anything?
Maybe she thought we would that we'd be ashamed of her.
I,
Well, I mean, think about it. The mom we knew wouldn't do that. I mean, she'd do anything for kids, but I imagine being her. If you've been so long without contacting, and then there we are, it's not an easy conversation to have. I imagine she's feeling a lot of things. I mean, she had to have recognized us, right? I mean, we said our names.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure she recognized us then. I might. Okay. I can try looking for tomorrow or later with one of my spells, but she might have. If she's an assassin that's hidden, she might have something on her that would make it difficult to scry.
I was saying, also, isn't that really hard across planes?
Yeah, certain scrying is. Sending can, if I remember right, can go across planes.
Yeah, it can.
Which I do have a wand of sending with a few more charges left. She says, I might not be able to scry on her, but I could cast a message to her. I think it'd be not the smartest to do it right now, because we might not get out of here, but...
You know what? Here's some fun fuckery. You can cast the sending to your mother, focusing on it being your mother, and see if it goes to Ecal instead.
Well, that would be a type of thing where like we would have to do it in the room, type thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's a fun fun approach.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can try to scry her later. Once we're out of here, I can't even use some of my shadow spells here because it's a different plane. So if I'm gonna try to scry, I need to go. I need to get out of here.
I mean, scrying is possible but difficult, and sending has a chance of failure, I think, right?
A 10% chance. Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, but scrying is a lot more difficult, especially if they don't want to be scryed on.
I mean, if it is our mom, we should be able to help out a lot, right?
Yes, we should be able to help out quite a bit. But I need the spells for it. I can't do it now. I might not even be able to do it tomorrow. So I'm going to be using my spells. So, but that is really, thank you for that's amazing. And she'll give Simon a big hug. It says, I didn't even think to ask about that. I just assumed she was dead. I assumed she was dead. Thank you for wishing for that.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of always been a wish of mine. been going from place to place, never really knowing where to set down, you know?
Here's what I will try to do. I do have some low level spells. I will try to scry, like the actual spell, the lower level scry. I'll attempt to do that tonight. See if that'll work, and if not, then I can try again tomorrow. But I can try that tonight, and I'll see what happens. So yes, she will try before going to bed to scry on her mother.
Okay.
It's her mother, so firsthand experience. I think it's like a -10 or something like that.
It's -5 if you know the subject well.
Okay, -5.
If you have a likeness or a picture, it's another -2.
I can, I can tell.
Do you have any of her?
No. I can tell. I can tell Simon to use his disguised self and look like their mom. That's a likeness.
This, Cassie, I don't think you realize how disturbing this is.
Bro walks in. So, have you guys? Hey, Simon, what's up?
we haven't actually done that. Hi, Earl.
Girl, hey! We're just testing our disguise act. The sisters song, you know.
Sisters. There were never such devoted sisters.
Just like kind of turns around, just says "Roll Tide" and walks out of the room.
That's about all you can do at that point.
Because
Yeah.
I mean that you can make it so that doesn't happen. That's just gonna be so funny.
no, that happens. It absolutely happens.
That happens.
And the thing is, she has vocal alteration as a level 1 spell that she can use on Simon.
Yeah.
So it would work. They could actually do that act. Anyway. Yeah, it's not on self only. It's just target one humanoid creature.
Okay, I need to roll a d100 to check something before I do the will save. Okay. The spell does not go through as it does not find an appropriate target.
Does not find an appropriate target?
Yeah, it's not like someone resists it. It's just that that person does not exist as far as the spell can tell.
Okay. So she says, okay. So, either, like I said, she's wearing something that would keep scrying from working on her, or the wish is messed up. But I believe you. So I think it would make much more sense, honestly, if you are in hiding and you're an assassin and trying to keep hidden, there are magical items you could wear to keep from being scryed on. So I'm gonna think it's that for now, and trust your vision, and do something about that later. But right now, it didn't work, and I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed.
So like a continuous mind blank? Wouldn't that even still stop a wish, though?
I don't know how that works. I honestly don't know how that works. Maybe it's only temporary. Maybe it only works. Did you? So I'll assume he said he told her everything about the vision.
Yeah.
Maybe this mask thing is what stops it. Maybe if she's not wearing the mask, it works. If she's wearing the mask, it doesn't. I don't know. But you said that it got clearer when the mask was taken off.
Yeah.
Okay, so some sort of scrying might not work very well if she's wearing the mask. Maybe that's it.
I guess yeah.
Look, don't
Something.
worry too much about it. We'll deal with it once we get back to the material plane. We can't really do much about it now. I've tried to scry. I will perhaps try to scry later once I have a high level slot available. But for now, we're gonna go to bed and worry about the tower in the morning. Okay.
Okay. When are you going to tell me what you did with my memory?
Later.
Back at the material plane later, or tomorrow later?
Once this crap is finished and done with.
Great. Oh,
Believe me, you're better off. You are
yeah. No,
so better off.
I just wanted
Believe
to
me.
say one thing. I don't know if you realize what happened back there with Arcturus, but the adamantine spell he cast didn't work on the rock. Which means if he can get those on the robots somehow, they'll be like unstoppable. And that's really bad.
Oh.
I skipped out of the Technic League because I didn't like how much of a sticklers they were like Mulfoon, and they're even worse. And he's crazy.
I might. Well. Yeah.
Robots with adamantine not working against is really scary.
Yeah. 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 It would be. Yeah. If it ever happens, and I don't think this will, but if it ever happens that there is a fight and for some reason Arcturus is attacking us or something happens, just hit him with everything you got. If it's obvious that things are if it's obvious that we're attacking him, because
More like he's attacking us.
it'll probably be the other way around. But yeah, I don't think we have to worry about it until the moment that we beat whoever's in the tower. Because at that point, he won't need us anymore.
Yeah, I mean, when we finish off with Xerxes.
Yeah. So, just at that point, it might be a good idea to go invisible or something. He might be able to see through that. I don't know. Just to be on the really careful at that point.
Okay.
We might want to just, I don't know, teleport out of there at that point if we can.
We should talk to everybody about a plan then, if that happens.
Yeah, we'll talk about that over morning stew, perhaps, since we're going to be possibly seeing him tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. Sorry to put that it. Are you staying up tonight to work on some things?
No, I'm just gonna feel like getting 8 hours of sleep and not doing any work at all, Cassie.
I know. Okay. Well, you work on your alchemy things. Just to, it'll help. It'll help to with any nervousness, and then just you have your wand. You can right here's here's a keep watch wand. Go ahead and smack yourself with that when you need to. I'm gonna go to bed.
Good night.
And that is a good time for a break.
Good time for a break. Perfect time. 8:02.
Yep.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey,
Ew.
Howdy.
Was that the last one?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I think that's everyone. All right. Okay, so the night passes. They are now, after about 5 hours of travel here in the night and morning. By the time you leave, it will be 90 hours left.
Plenty of time.
Yep.
I say we want to go in probably, ideally with at least 72. Definitely no less than 48 hours remaining.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Because that way, if we need to do a strategic retreat, we have time to work with.
All right.
I'm going to, at some point, or early in the morning before things start happening, knock on Fell's door. Or find Fell and just say, did you make a decision?
Yeah, I know how important it is, and I'm not going to pretend that I'm any good at lying. Plus, I know how dangerous Lord Arcturus is. Hmm. Just give me your opinion on one thing.
Okay.
If I had to choose between finding out about my mother or my father, which one do you think it should be?
Well, your father left knowing that your mother was there to take care of you. Your mother left knowing that there was no one else to take care of you. I would want to find my father over my mother.
Hmm.
But I mean, you might have been a lot closer to your mother. You might not even. A lot of times, if you feel strongly, more strongly for one than the other, you might want to do that, even if you'd be more angry at the other person.
I see. Phil will write something into the margin of her notes and just give a couple of nods to herself. Okay. Though to be honest, it's been so long, I'm not really angry. Well, glad to hear some input on this. All right. Just promise to bring my memories back once this is all done.
I will do that. Okay. All right, here we go. And I will um, alter that memory to fit the memory of everyone else.
So we all believe that Burl used his wish to be more charming towards female Fae.
You haven't fixed Griff yet.
I haven't fixed Griff yet. I haven't decided if I'm going to fix Griff yet.
With the caveat that you still remember her casting the spell on you.
Yeah, Cassie can come up with the excuse for that. She's the better bluffer.
I know, and you've deliberately avoided specifically mentioning why, so it should probably hold, but it is a weird issue.
Yeah. Let's get some breakfast. I think we're going to talk about possibilities if after we succeed in this case, because we want to be thinking positively, and I think we have the group to do it. But we're going to be talking about possibilities for after, and we'll lead her down to the breakfast table, where the breakfast of breakfast is being served. You're talking about sausage, bacon, eggs, biscuits, croissant.
We even have a special cereal for Griff. It's
Yes.
beef jerky bits that you pour like milk on. Instead of Wheaties, it's called Meaties.
Yes. Yes.
Instead of kibbles and bits, it's kobolds and bits.
Oh, gosh.
There you go.
Yeah. That's good.
What is Wendell's ideal meal?
Oh, crap.
Yeah, basically, I'll ask what you want for breakfast, and I'll have him bring it out.
I like bacon.
Got plenty of that. You have your own platter just full of different kinds of bacon. You have like honey bacon. You have smokehouse bacon. You have an option to dip some in some maple syrup if you want. Yeah, it's a variety of different kinds of bacon.
Wendell is happy.
It may not be heart healthy, but
I'm a freaking fae. I don't care.
but as happiness, is a medicine. I think it's the same. I think that works too.
Yes.
Yeah, do they even have to worry about blood clots?
I don't think so.
I mean, they do have flesh, but they're kind of weird.
I imagine they have blood too, but
They do breathe, eat, and sleep. So I guess they would have some kind of bodily fluids, but they might not need to worry about blood.
no, the more cholesterol they have, the better they do.
I am more powerful than ever.
It's like their white blood cells. They need to have more cholesterol to stay healthy.
Oh gosh.
Wouldn't that be great if
Yes.
if you just had to eat bacon to stay healthy?
I probably
I mean,
think of
it worked for Goku in Dragon Ball.
But it was grape flavored. Yeah. All right. So after midway through the breakfast, Cassie will mention. So we should probably be preparing for if when we beat Azersi, Arcturus just does a 180 on us. We should just be preparing for that.
I have anti-tech field
Yeah.
and Jatimba's ire. Hopefully that 1-2 punch will be enough to deal with most of what he can throw at us, and from there it's just a matter of throwing all the damage. Ideally, I wouldn't want it to come to a fight, but
Of course not. But well, here's something to consider. The stuff he was looking at in the oh crap, what's the candle-headed people?
Pex.
The what?
Pex.
The X.
The pecs.
Pecs.
Pech.
E as in Paul.
Pecs. Okay. Yes, the Pecs. There was some stuff in there that was harder than adamantine. And if he gets hold of that and is able to put it on his robots, it'll be very unstoppable. That's just something to think about.
Now, are these robots like robots, or are they like Roombas, where they don't know what the hell they're doing for a while?
I've heard tell of guard robots. I don't know what else he has, but from what I understand, they have a limited ability to think. They're basically defending bots, and there are others out there. But if he had that, these would be pretty much unstoppable. He wants this place for the minerals, which is what we thought to begin with. But yeah, if it comes to that, we just need to throw everything we have at him and hope that it's enough. We can't hold back anything against him if it comes to that. Just I'm thinking that once we beat Azersi, he doesn't have a reason to. If he can get away with it, he would kill us. I think. He typically doesn't do that in the material plane because there are all sorts of people around that can see it, and he likes to keep a certain. He has a reputation, which is not mass murderer, but I think if he wanted to keep this place secret, or at least in complete control of the Technic League, there's a possibility he could just go after us right after we beat Azersi. Just wanted to keep that in the back burner. Think about what you could do. I have some ideas that I can have ready, but each of you know what you can do best, and maybe just think about what you could have ready for him. Honestly, the anti-tech field is the best preventative measure that we have going for us. Wendell, I saw how ridiculously amazing your arrows were when you've used them all. In that one fight, you would want to do that with this fight if things happened.
Oh, I kind of figured I'd have no choice on that one.
Yeah, just wanted us to be thinking about it. Don't want it to happen, but if it does, just everything. Throw the kitchen sink.
I think it'll probably be Fell's job to do something about the invisible one.
Well, I have some options.
Simon will say, I mean, I can have a scene visibility extract as well.
That's right. It would need to. So Fell doesn't need it, but someone like.
And you have smog pellets, so that as long as you can hit her, that negates pretty much all of her hiding.
I mean, that's if she's just hiding with invisibility. If she's hiding normally behind cover somehow, I don't know if it'll be enough.
It's still a start, and if she's behind cover something we would have had to dealt with anyway.
And I mean, I can hit him. I can hit her with with glitter dust. I can hit her with glitter dust, which would help a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to be thinking about that. That's all, really. It'd be it's definitely nice to have him while as we go in there. He's very powerful, and he could be a distraction to a lot of folks. But just thinking long term here. That's all.
Yeah. So, and what was the two things you said? You said Tempest Ire and something else?
Anti-tech field and Jatimba's Ire.
Right. Okay. Okay. And with that, you guys head on over to meet Erjabel again.
I take it we're using the same precautions we did last time.
Yeah, I'm going to ask Griff if
Oh yeah, definitely resist fire going in. All right, you did alter memory on Griff, or did you not?
I want to ask him.
Okay, so let's do that.
Yes, because I can understand him because he can make himself known. It says, I just need to talk to Griff for a second. Just hang on. Is there any? You know what he's thinking all the time, right?
I don't. I mean, that's kind of a GM ruling. Like, we can communicate telepathically. I don't think we're necessarily always communicating telepathically.
Right. That's an interesting point. What if you would have said something about the shard? Probably not.
I'll let you rule on that, Road, because I know how I'll play it if Griff did say something.
Sorry, it would have just been really funny if I didn't think of this. I don't think I would, but like hypothetically, it would have been funny if right afterwards it was like, "Hey, you forgot about stealing the sardonic shard now."
Okay.
I mean, I feel like Griff's smart enough to understand what we're doing, though, right?
Well, I mean, he was
Okay,
there.
first off, what's his mental scores?
Hang on.
He was there. We were talking about it and how we all need to forget about it.
He has 5 intelligence, but 15 wisdom.
Oh, okay. All right. What's his perception score at? Also,
Griff's perception?
yeah.
It is plus 20, and he has scent.
Okay. I'd say his intelligence was so low he didn't quite really understand what was going on.
So he said something dumb, and I have to have Cassie alter my memories again.
No. I mean, like, I assume you would have.
Or that he knows Burl was okay having it done, so he's okay having it done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, so she can say, "Hey, Griff, I'm going to help you the same way I helped Burl.
Look over there.
It's very important, and it'll keep Burl safe."
Okay.
All right, I will do the same thing to him.
Yeah, it probably was like when you're talking about the phase, like, that's not what happened.
Yeah, but I'm not going to explain in detail what I'm going to do. Just say that I'm doing something to help him.
Yeah, okay.
All right, that's 2 more of my level 6 spells gone for the day, guys.
We appreciate your effort in subterfuge.
Yeah, so I'm the only one who knows now.
Or we can call it subterfuge.
Super fudge.
All right, you guys head back in. You have resist fire up. So I assume somebody's casting that.
Yes, that's Simon. He gave us mass
And life bubble.
fire.
Life bubble on everyone.
Okay.
Also, Griff's usual loadout of Greater Magic Fang and Greater Longstrider. And heightened awareness on me. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you make your way in there up the kind of stairs leading inside the mountain. And as you enter, you see once again the molten nexus, the molten ground, and the dragon just kind of looking at herself again. Oh, you're going to come back anytime now. Just wait. Oh, there they are. Darlings, how are you doing?
Great. Original, great fire, great volcano dragon. We return.
Fel, of course, prepared to regenerate today.
Yes. We have come back to fulfill our promise to you.
That is wonderful. It is glad to see that some mortals are capable and wise of seeing true greatness. Not just great, but the greatest. Now, I did say, thanks to your wonderful tale that I'm sure you'll use to spread knowledge of my glory, that you could have a few of my scales before you bring them all back.
Fantastic. How many may we have?
Let's say 2d4 worth of scales.
And I think Simon was going to hold on to those, or
Well, anybody who needs it, because I think some of it was going to be useful for Stoneskin.
Yeah, so I think
oh right, Burl actually can use that.
Burl and Fel, yeah. And so if you use these as components, it will be extended for the extend spell feat.
Yeah, so I honestly think that you guys would be better than Simon.
Yeah, let
for this.
Fel have them for now, and if I get Stone Skin on a level up or something, I'll ask for him.
Okay, so you get 3 of those. They are worth 1,000 gold each.
Wow.
Okay. And make a note that you have those, Fel.
Okay. And then you cast a spell, and her crystalline scales regrow, and she kind of prances around a bit. Oh, wonderful! Like they never left. This was quite the delight, but I must be enjoying the effects of these. You can go now. Ta-ta!
Glad to be of service.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time.
Oh, wait. I don't need this. She tosses, well, not tosses. She pulls off.
Chucks a giant warhammer at us.
No, it's an alabaster tea set.
Oh, goodness.
I tried using it,
Grab
but
it.
it's far too tiny.
Alabaster tea set. Detect magic on that thing.
It is not magical. It's just really nice.
Okay,
Awesome.
we'll look at it after we've left. It's wonderful. We will use it for our afternoon brunch.
Let me know if you find some giant-sized tea sets. I've been on the lookout for those for quite some time.
Do tell, does it have a creamer container? Does it have sugar? A sugar bowl? Does it? How many teacups does it have? Details, man.
We can look at it. We can
Yes,
look
we'll
at it
look
later. Back acid.
Yeah. Okay. I'm admiring it as we leave.
Okay. It's worth 700 gold. It's just basically a really nice tea set. It's pretty much complete. Like anything you imagine a tea set would have, it's in there.
And she just threw it at us.
You caught it. She knew you guys could catch it.
Feather fall in the tea set.
Yeah, that's right. Feather fall in the tea set.
Yeah.
All right. No, but I think we move on.
I hope being in a volcanic horde has made it sterile.
I would
I'm sure it's
assume
fine.
so. That's yeah.
I'm sure it's fine.
3 hours of travel back.
By the way, does anyone here even have any tea?
I mean, it's Burl uses his wonderful knowledge. It's tea. It's just leaves and water. You can make it from anything.
Simon says, "Yeah, I could collect some leaves from somewhere and make a decent tea, probably."
Yeah, just got to find like some leaves that have a particular aroma or
Oh
flavor.
no! He has tea. He has tea. He has was it Dreamer's tea? Dreamer's Star. Anyway, it's a tea that you can if you want to, you can sleep for only 6 hours instead of 8 and get a full night's rest.
So it's shitty keep watch tea. Got it.
I mean, Dreamer Star sounds like a pretty good name for tea. Anyway, says, yeah, I could actually do something with this if we wanted to. And since time is of the essence, it would actually be, it would give us an extra couple hours.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
I should have been using that. Dang it.
We're all counting on you.
Okay. 3 hours back.
On the way over, you encounter something.
Another thunder beam.
Actually,
No. More
No,
genies.
More genies, yeah.
That is a creature I have not looked at yet because it is like the only time it's mentioned in the entire book, so I'll need a second.
We wished for more thunder behemoths.
No, we wished for more genies.
Pretty sure if we had gotten the genie thing again, he would have said no.
I would have gone into Dirigible's lair with bark skin on. So is this like if it's the 80, I guess it's probably worn off by now.
Yeah, this is in the second tower. So actually, your caster level lets it last for 2 hours. So yeah, it's still on.
Well, I split the duration between me and Griff.
Oh, okay. So no, it's off.
Yeah. My heightened awareness I only put on myself, so that's probably still on.
Okay. This is interesting. Why is this third party?
It's a psychic tree.
Okay, I don't know why the main link was third party. 1 second. Okay.
It's a female fae.
You encounter
Oh gosh.
it is a what? Hold on, I need to actually get an image for this. It is an insectoid that is large and heavy with brood.
Oh, so it's
Is
pregnant.
this a Zerg queen?
Have
Oh,
a
gosh.
lovely day, ma'am.
Peace.
It is a knowledge check for monstrous humanoids, which I think is nature.
Yeah, I want nothing to do with that.
Knowledge check 13 plus 23 plus 2.
Simon got a 35.
So 38 if it's knowledge nature.
Okay, that is a Formian queen. That is the embodiment of the Formian hive, and she is nearly immobile. And is, however, she can teleport around a bit.
I mean, is she intelligent or is it just
Extremely.
okay? Well, I mean, we don't need to bother her, and hopefully, she doesn't need to bother us.
Let's just let's just not go there. Okay. Special abilities is what he wants to know, which I imagine is the teleporting.
Yeah, there's basically a lot of kind of psychic-ish spells. She can launch Cone of Cold and empower nearby insects and basically do a psychic scream debilitating nearby people.
Yeah.
I mean, is
yeah.
it a very hostile, aggressive creature?
No.
Okay, well then, if we give her a wide berth, she hopefully won't bother us.
Just leave her alone. Just leave her alone. Let's not. Let's not.
Yeah, the Formians are not kind of crazy evil. They're just insects. They are known to be merchants, diplomats, traders, spies, you name it. The general attitude of the Formians are actually bards. Most of them are bards.
And the moment someone mentions that, I'm sure Cassie's going to throw a wrench in this.
So we could diplomatize the crap out of this. No, she trusts her brother. It's like, yeah, well, let's not.
I mean, we are on a timetable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean they're weird and they speak telepathically.
I mean, as long as she doesn't like specifically call out to us asking us to land, we're just going to keep going.
Can we wave at them?
I mean, you can wave if you want to.
yeah, the Formian Queen wouldn't be alone. I'd say she's behind like a ton of Formian guards.
All right. Well, we're gonna. So Simon suggested to go around.
And if you look out the griffin wing on the right,
Yeah.
you will see a beautiful example of a Formian queen, large with brood at the moment. You can see her guards defensively scattered around her. We won't approach any closer because to do so would be an act of aggression, and we certainly would not want to appear that way. We'll continue on our way. Thank you for flying Griffin Airlines.
Yeah, like Falcon probably sends like hundreds of workers underground uh, doing some basic farming work. The farming is underground and for like mushrooms and moss and that kind of thing, and different rocks.
Cassie will just begin humming a song, just in case he needs to like can't to re-roll a saving throw. That's all she's doing. She's just beginning to hum a song. I've got a bunch of lovely coconuts.
No.
Diddly-dee,
No.
There they are, standing
No.
in a row.
No.
Down at an English fair, one evening
Oh.
I was there, when I heard the showman shouting underneath the flare.
Yeah, so basically they're just ant-like interplanetary expansionists, and so like if you get in their way as they expand, they're really mad, but otherwise they're typically pretty fine.
Serve
Yeah, she'll
the
spend a few
hive.
rounds just
Serve the hive.
just in case.
The brood.
Yeah, you probably hear some telepathic singing matching you as they
Cool.
kind of all probably simultaneously just kind of turn and stare at you.
Oh, you hear them singing Radio Free Zerg. Serve the hive.
They
Serve the hive. I control the brood.
they mostly work underground, so they don't have any territory claims with you, but they are just they're giving you the stink eye, kind of, and all simultaneously, and just kind of watch you and kind
It's a good thing we're riding a griffin and not a giant anteater.
Yep.
Does anything happen?
Nope.
Okay.
I do kind of wonder, like some of these encounters that you can just say, "Oh yeah, if you don't fuck with them, they'll leave you alone." It's like a lot of this was made just to screw with murder hobos. It really was.
It's weird. It's like because I think a lot of it is that you're on an Earth plane stuff, so just a lot of the possible encounters aren't going to have flying capabilities because they assume you're like underground, which you are, but it's a mile high ceiling, so it's not really built for that.
Oh, Griff has been an excellent mechanic for this campaign.
Excellent investment. Excellent. Yeah.
All right, well, we continue onward. So as long as that 65 doesn't mean something.
No.
genies again.
12 harpies fall
It-
out of the sky.
No, don't give him ideas.
Well, it wouldn't be 12. That's way too many.
Unless they were the harpies from like book 2, in which case we'll just plow through them.
Bowling for
They're the
harpies.
little. They're the tooth fairies.
Oh gosh,
those
more
were
tooth
fun.
fairies.
Yeah,
Tooth fairies. That steal
those
your
were
teeth.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see in the distance a pair of 3 humanoid creatures with golden armor, made out of black stone. They're kind of doing their own thing. And
Ooh, gold.
I mean, roll knowledge. Like, what should we roll? Planes?
planes, yeah.
It is. There's Burl's 14 plus 19, so 33.
They are inevitables.
Oh shit!
They're outsiders, they're lawful outsiders that are kind of like constructs. They're basically the, like angels are good things and demons are chaotic evil, devils are lawful evil, daemons are neutral evil, inevitables are the lawful outsider.
They're the lawful neutral one.
The lawful neutral one, yeah. And so they have a lot of similarities with constructs.
Huh.
And so
That's
they,
neat.
yeah, they basically are constructs, and they're kind of just off doing their own thing.
Yet another encounter we don't have to fight as long as we're not murder hobos.
Yep.
So since we can keep Wendell under control, we don't have to fight them.
They sense a raging energy of chaos and charge after you and try to kill you.
I mean,
You see me
if
like
that-
digging
if
my
that is their
hands and my fingers
prerogative,
into
I will
grip, going,
fast-
I want to kill.
I will fascinate him with a performance.
I sense a great bloodlust, but the source seems very tiny.
Tiny but deadly.
Wendell, make a will save.
Oh, shit.
DC 26 will save. Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, I just start singing his favorite Faye song.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because Inevitable's
And dancing a little bit.
sole purpose is to seek out and destroy Agent of Chaos whenever they can.
Oh, do you tell us that?
Burl would know that, yes.
Okay. Does he? Okay.
So, maybe shove Wendell in a magic bag for a moment.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I will. Yeah. Fascinate
Let me out of here.
and sort of silent image something over him.
But we're not going near them or anything. We're just continuing on.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, they would. They.
If we start fighting.
A general Inevitable might actually see Wendell and try to go after him, but I think in this case he will not. They are flying just like you guys, and they can teleport at will. Actually, you know what? That'd be funny. They kind of just stare at you guys, and as you fly away, they just kind of teleport in front and just keep on staring. And you fly away, and they just teleport and keep on staring. They're just kind of talking among themselves in it's an ability in true speech.
I was gonna say if needed, like if it seems like it might help, I'll hold up my holy symbol of Eomidity. Hopefully that gives me a little bit of cred.
Okay, make me a diplomacy check.
All right. That's pretty good.
Okay. They kind of see you, realize that you are not what they are looking for, and will turn away. And continue off doing what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm not perfectly lawful, but can borrow a little bit of divine credit there.
Yep, and that is enough to stave them off. Okay. Yeah, that one is interesting. Okay, and with that, you make it back to the Pex tribe.
The lair of the Pex.
They call it Stonehome.
It's not PVC, it's PEX.
Oh no. It's shark bite.
Ooh-ha!
Okay. So you see a lot of dead bodies at the entrance, all hobgoblins. And Gamma is kind of just outside watching. There's warning, there are approaching intruders. Never mind, that is Griff.
Just on land. You've been busy?
Yes, I have. My stuff is very close, and I really want to get it back.
Well, we have dealt with the Nexi. What's the pull of Nexus?
Nexus is.
Nexus is sounds right.
We have dealt with them, and we're what, on 90 some hours? 80, 85? 85-ish sounds right.
86. 86. Excellent. Can we now please go to get my stuff?
I personally have no reason that we can't go right now. I guess the only question is coordination with every Gamma. Wait, hold on just a moment. Pause.
Pausing. Initiating what's that thing where he goes freezes up?
Initiating blue screen simulation.
No, he can actually
His
oh,
coma? Yeah.
he does the hibernation.
initiating hibernation mode.
He just collapses on the ground like a dead body.
And he just collapses on the ground, yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we can discuss things then.
Yeah, it's okay. He's done this before. I know what it is. Just Griff, bring him inside a bit, so he's not just in the middle of the dirt here.
I meant to do this earlier. Rewind a bit.
Oh wait, the conversation with Rock Eater.
Yeah. Okay, so I meant to do this earlier. When you were leaving the volcano, you actually see him kind of outside, just kind of examining all the plant life and everything. And he kind of looks at you and says, "Wait, did you actually manage to have a conversation with her without everything burning down in the vicinity?"
Yeah.
Yes, the trick is to make the entire conversation about her.
That, I think you might be the first people to have done that.
Clearly, you've never spoken to a woman before.
Uh-huh.
Just kind of giving Cassie the side eye.
Oh, sorry.
It's
He
just,
reproduce asexually, actually, so
it's just we need to know that people care about us, that they're paying attention, and
That's
if
the bard that almost got us all burned for not singing about her.
She was trying to sing about herself.
hmm.
it worked out really well, though, didn't it, Burl?
I mean, yeah, we resolved the entire thing without any problems, and she actually gave us some stuff. She said.
Yes.
That is very impressive. How did you? Well, okay then. I came over here because I expected I'd have to repair this area.
Well, the real trick was we were able to perform a task for her that she really wanted to have done.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't just smiles and flattery. That helped, but definitely that one of us was able to help with what she needed. So
Well, it is good to see you. I did want to apologize if I gave an overly negative view of the vault keepers. It is generally the vault builders that I am suspicious of. And you will hopefully.
Sorry, you mean the vault keeper or the vault builder? Which one's he suspicious of?
The vault builders.
So it was the builders, not the keepers. Okay.
The keeper's job is to maintain what the vault builders have built. We have not had any conflict with the keepers here, but I have not met any vault builder directly, which I am very glad of, since they are gods, unlike the keepers.
And to kind of to refresh my memory or make this clear, Zigak of the Seventh Facet, long may his name be remembered, is a keeper, not a builder. Correct?
Correct. The builders built this vault, and the keepers merely maintain it.
So how long has it been since the builders themselves were here? And were the builders something other than Zeomorn?
The builders are they are Zeomorn. The Zeomorn are split up into two essentially sub-races, the builders and the keepers. The builders have divine power, which they use to create these vaults and the life within. The keepers have been stripped of their godly power. There is many theories as to why.
But so you say that they did have power once before.
The legends say that the Zeomorn used to be one race before they lost some of their power, yes.
Huh. This is fascinating. Should I roll like knowledge religion to see if that clicks with anything I know?
This would be more knowledge, planes, or history.
I have planes, so I'll go ahead and roll it.
You can do religion too.
I don't have any points in knowledge history. I'll do a religion and a planes. See what clicks.
that is history, and it's 29 currently.
Hang on, let me roll. So first I'll do. Wow, damn, that 5 for the planes was shit. So I hit 24 on planes and I hit 28 on religion.
Okay.
Yeah, Cassie's history is going to be the highest she has.
Okay, so what's the totals again?
I have 24 on planes, 28 on religion.
And 29 on history.
Cassie has the 29 on history, yeah.
Okay. Doopa-doopa-doo. History is probably the best you'll get here. You do know. Yeah, the religion was the most difficult check, so you don't get anything with the religion. The planes, you just know that generally speaking, yeah, there's the vault builders and the vault keepers. The builders are like demigods, supposedly, of life and creation. And they use, and there's a specific type of artifact that they use to create these vaults. In terms of history, you've heard that they have a vision of their race's doom, and they are creating all these vaults in order to gain the knowledge of how to continue their race. So while
So
they
they're building all this stuff to gain an understanding of the race?
gain understanding of life in order to avoid their prophesied doom. Yes.
Okay, so ultimately their goal is just to survive.
Yeah. So while their acts are wonderful for creating new life and things, possibly some of the he was saying like how he doesn't like being treated like an experiment.
Yeah, that
Because-
makes sense from that perspective. That basically they may have created something solely to let it ride and see what happens to it. Like theoretically, you could create a type of. I'm going to borrow from an episode of Stargate here. You could create a variant on a species that usually would live years, maybe even close to a century, but modify its lifespan to complete within the course of a month or
100
two.
days.
Yeah, 100 days.
That's a great episode. Yeah. Okay.
And see if they can evolve a certain way in a much more rapid pace. But that would definitely be from a. I'm going to lean into this that from a druid perspective that would be a bit of an abomination.
Yeah, I mean, and the stories of them vary quite a bit. Like you've heard tale of ones that are really nice, but and also maybe tales of others that kind of really get into that and are more kind of like the evil scientist type. But it's all kind of myths and legends, so you've never really known how true it was.
Yeah, Cassie will explain this to the rest, just what she knows. So it's wow. They're doomed gods trying to understand life to avoid it, avoid their fate. And you are the experiment.
And Simon's like, that does explain why he seemed to have a low opinion of us, despite our obvious strength.
I understand now.
So their mindset seems to be that the life itself is inconsequential aside from what they can learn from it. That is disappointing.
Yeah. So that's why he's saying, like, I don't ever want to meet one of the vault builders, since they have their divine power is frightening. Now it is divine power of life, not death, but still, even the keepers can turn people to stone.
Yeah, that almost happened to someone.
I was picking cement dust out of my hair for hours afterwards. Don't want that to happen again.
So while you're in the vault, just don't send off any messages asking the vault builders to come back or whatnot.
I guarantee you, we do not even have that ability.
I don't think that's possible. You would have to know exactly who there would be for it to work, even for even for it to be attempted to work.
I don't know what kind of magic's inside the tower. I'm just saying, be careful.
Oh, in the tower.
Or
Oh,
in the citadel. I mean,
oh, that's interesting. I didn't even think about being able to communicate with anyone in there.
the citadel used to be where they all stayed, and is this center of their power in this vault. They left it somehow at some point, and they have been known to make many roads between planes. I believe that is what the Onyx Key is.
Hmm. You think the Onyx key is? Oh, is what again? Sorry.
They have been known to create roads and pathways between planes and their vaults.
So, would the Onyx Key be able to open more than just its vault?
I don't think he knows much about the Onyx Key himself. It's just more. Actually, let me make a knowledge roll.
Like you could go to any plane if you knew how to use it right.
Okay. I mean, the fact that they abandoned it tells me it might have been a prototype. So I don't know if it can or not. But it is based off of similar technology at the very least.
Wow. It's amazing what. I mean, it sounds like these gods are just people who learned how to use technology and magic to a degree that nobody else had. I mean, once you get high enough advanced, something might seem godly to other people. If they're trying to stay alive, that doesn't sound like a god. That sounds like a person.
Gods can, I mean, even gods can die. We saw that with what's his name?
Aridin?
Yes, Aridin.
And Unity.
Being a god doesn't mean you're gonna live forever or have infinite power. It just means you're on another level and can grant magic to those who worship you, which I've heard tale that the builders have done on occasion.
Hmm.
I mean, if Aridin can die, then any god can die.
I'm gonna roll to see if Cassie even knew about Aridin dying.
I mean, that's such a well-known thing that I think even like a take 10 on the plus 10 net religion check would get that, right?
Okay, what's your total?
Okay, yeah, it's 24. Yeah, 24.
Aridin was a human who was raised from the Starstone. Iomedae was actually a herald of Aridin at one point. His death, he was the god of prophecy.
Right. As a follower of Yomade, I would definitely know this shit.
He was the god of prophecy and humanity.
Yeah, I was just rolling to see if I didn't get like. I mean, I rolled pretty high on that, honestly, because it's just a religion or is one of her lower knowledges. But she rolled a 16 and passed 20, so she probably knows that.
Let me put it this way. Actually, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I know. Okay, I was thinking the calendar was based off of it, but it's not. Oh yeah, no. The calendar itself is based off of when Aridin became a god.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
His death is what created the world wound.
Oh, okay. Then
And
okay.
Chaliax going evil, and there was like a country that got destroyed and has a permanent hurricane on it. His death is probably the most important event in history outside of Earthfall.
Okay. Well, obviously, should know about it then, being a bard. Even yeah, okay. Okay.
It's just worth noting that, like, in a polytheistic universe like this, godhood doesn't have any kind of any ideas of infinite powers or abilities or even ethics in the sense that we might think of it.
Okay.
Because even gods have been known to make mistakes, like Desna has a lot. Stuff like that. But yeah. But for me personally, I think one of the defining features of when you become a god is if you can start granting spells to people who worship you. And mechanically speaking, it's mythic ranks.
Right. Okay. All right. So
Yeah, best of luck on keeping the vault secure and saving the day and all that stuff. I really hope you guys do that because I mean, we'll live. You can go underground, but still, you lose a lot of neighbors.
so what has Arcturus been doing? Has he been is he have we seen him, by the way? Just I'm on our way down. Did we see him?
If we're stopping that conversation and going back to the present.
Oh, right. Sorry. Sorry. Let's stay there unless anybody has.
I mean, I feel like I've gotten information. So,
Okay. Any other questions you guys had? Okay. Yeah. So we'll go back. I mean, you recognize Arcturus's handiwork with all the corpses outside. Gamma didn't do that by himself.
Yeah, we noticed a lot of slashes, not just bludgeons. It's like people cut in half.
Yeah, and electrical burns.
Right. Okay.
So he basically protected this location.
Had some visitors, did you?
you would have thought that they would stop after, I don't know, 2, 3. How many waves have they sent? Just kind of like picking up littered body parts.
Just
honestly, I imagine that like one smaller group has a bunch of bruises and like broken bones, and then like the middle section and like one of the other groups has like slices or electrical burns. Is that about right?
yeah. There's a clear difference between the ones that Gamma fought and the ones Arcturus fought.
Yeah, that's the ones that Gamma fought are the ones that just have mild blood stains on the sides, while the big pile of gore in the middle was Arcturus.
Yeah.
Griff, don't eat that.
I'm gonna do a quick overview to see if there's
Kobolds and
anything worth.
Detect magic.
Simon and I are gonna just do anything to see if like maybe there's some like orders that they
They might have some intel.
Yeah, just I'm not really looking for magic items, although that would be kind of cool. But
I want to see if any of them have something that doesn't suck, like something that's out of place, because you never know.
Yeah, just more information, really.
Yeah, maybe they have like a magic key to the tower or something.
That would be great.
Roll perception.
Wow. Roll a 1.
Gosh, roll a 2, a fucking 2. Did Griff notice anything with a 38?
Which way did he go, boss? Which way did he go?
They well,
I mean, it's fine if there's nothing, but
you do notice that, and Fel would notice this too automatically, that there is a scrying sensor outside.
Okay. I'm gonna go in there and say, "Hey, is that?" Oh well, actually, she didn't notice that. Fell.
So how far away? Like, do we notice that before we land? Because I guess the game's up
We
and
already
we've been
landed.
we've
Yeah,
been
you
seeing.
notice that on the way in.
If I have a chance, like I'll throw a hood up or something over my head, but I mean, it can't really hide Griff.
Yeah, just you said there's a scrying sensor there, Fell?
Oh, I take it her detect scrying is going off.
Yep.
Oh, that's later than I was expecting, but.
Actually, you don't remember. Actually, I don't think she has the detect scrying because she wouldn't remember why she was running detect scrying.
Uh,
Well, it lasts for 24 hours.
Oh, good point.
And it's a good like just having that on is a really good idea to keep to know if the enemy is watching us.
Huh, I don't even remember casting this spell. Well, I don't remember a lot of things. But there's a sensor over there.
You wanted to make sure that Azursi wasn't looking at us.
Oh, that makes sense. So Fel is basically pointing directly at the sensor.
Hello in the okay. Hello inside.
Oh, the cave!
Oh, the cave.
yeah, that's when Gamma kind of says hi and does his thing.
Okay.
Is that sensor yours?
No.
Is it Arcturus's sensor? Is it
Is
the
it-
sensor of someone inside the cave currently?
No.
Well then,
Dispel magic.
yeah, I was gonna say, just kind of
Yes.
turn around and let Burl handle it. I'm gonna fire a dispel at it since it's been pointed out. And just roll a caster level check, right?
Yep. That is enough. It dissipates.
Well then, let's go inside.
Yeah, we go inside. What does it look like? More bodies.
You know, either they're trying to get information on who comes and goes from this cave, or they have a real fetish for watching their grunts die.
Okay, yeah, you go inside. Everybody seems fine. And Gamma basically said, it's probably going to come back after a few minutes. Come back shortly.
Well then,
What do you mean?
let them
And
burn
there
their
it is
spell
again.
slots.
And there it is again. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna dispel that.
Yay,
Just- Just wasting their time with the dispels. That's great.
Hey, Squinty, did you get that lens crafted for me?
Who are they casting on, though?
They do have to cast it on a creature, which is kind of weird. But
Are they casting it on one of the dead bodies?
Well, no, it has to be on a creature, not a dead corpse.
it's on one of the random like animals or insects in the area.
It has to be something that they know.
Oh, so they're casting on like an insect spy or something like that. Ah. Well then.
Yeah, I mean, if there's, I guess you could do that with an insect. That'd be interesting.
I guess can we roll a perception check to see if we can figure out like what insect or animal they're casting that on?
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Don't fuck it up. 44. There we go.
Fell. You can do this too.
Gosh, with her having the sense scrying and that ridiculous perception, she'd have to figure it out.
Okay. It seems to be just a random ass worm or some kind in the ground that they're just using. There isn't any importance to it. It's just, hey, we're just going to pick a creature close by and use that as a reference point.
So
They
would
actually
have to.
they would have to
they'd
have met the
know-
worm or
they-
know which worm. Yeah.
I mean, that's how it
Well,
works.
it just recently saw it with its previous scrying sensor.
Well, okay, so the previous scrying
Oh.
sensor was like on one of the troops, maybe, and it just stayed there. Although, what would happen if the person died? No, it should still be there.
Wendell, I need your help with something.
Yes.
Pearl like fiddles his belt. We're gonna moon the scrying sensor. Join me.
Yeah.
Let us stand around this pile of corpses and moon it together. Just start shaking our asses over the pile of corpses at the scrying sensor.
Okay.
Yeah, we see the sensor again. I'm going to.
Does it as well with his griffin ass.
Yeah, I'll get my badger in it too.
No, I'm going to silent image and balloon their asses up to like gigantic proportions, so it looks
Yes.
incredibly just vulgar and outrageous.
And at that point, Arcturus walks out.
And I cannot lie.
The scrying stops and reappears a bit to the right on another random ass worm in the ground.
Do it again.
I mean, it doesn't. They still see us no matter what we're doing. So anyway, like once we've like wasted their time a bit, we'll go inside.
Yeah, no, Arcturus goes like, "What are you doing?"
The scrying sensor, and that's all Brill says.
Yeah, came in with the first wave and it's kind of just been sticking around the area. They have infinite uses of it. It must be an item.
Oh, well, no more wasting dispel magics. Pull pants up.
As they walk inside, she'll say to him, "It helps if the enemy thinks that they're idiots, which they are. But you know, it gives us the advantage."
It helps if they think that we're dumber than we actually are.
Very
That's true.
powerful idiots.
That's true.
All right. Well, I've been able to tell just by looking in the distance that you were all successful.
It actually wasn't that bad.
It looked like you had
Regibel
fun
was
here.
a very reasonable, nice lady.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I hope you weren't too bored here. It looked like you did manage to have some fun.
There's more to fun than killing goblins.
No, there's not.
Well, I mean, there's like killing hobgoblins, killing bugbears, studying these strange rock walls. You know.
Mm-hmm. I've been investigating the minerals here.
Yes, interesting finds, I'm sure.
It is very different than the rocks on the material plane. It's likely it'll be incompatible with anything, but it's worth checking.
Has Lord Ziguk of the Seventh Facet, long may his name be remembered, had any other input since we left?
No.
Well, I guess I'll go report to one of his sand elementals at the very least.
Yeah.
I'll kind of like walk up here and tell him, is like, we finished fixing the nexuses. Is there anything else that we can do to help you guys, or shall we just be on our way to go storm the Citadel? I say in Terran.
We have no further information to report, other than a reminder to please ensure that any Xeomorph artifacts remain fully intact and are not destroyed.
I'll certainly don't want anything to be destroyed here. If Lord Zigik of the Seventh Facet, long may his name be remembered, has no further need of us or input that he wishes to pass on to us, we will probably camp out here for a little while and then head out once we're ready.
Understood.
All right, so they don't have any other input for us, so let's do a war council, maybe inside, away from the scrying sensor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fella's asking about the crystal lens that she asked.
Oh, right. Yes, he hands him over.
Ah, nice work.
Why, thank you. I am a bit of an expert, if I do say so myself.
Let's see. So, Fella's going to try looking through it. Is it at all translucent, or is it like completely opaque?
It is translucent, yes.
Wonderful. Just need to do some finishing. Fel will take some stuff out of her kit. She has like a polishing solution, and she begins like grinding the lens to make it more reflective.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, the ones that you see on him are more so the ones that grow over a long period of time. The ones here, it's a bit more rough, but you're able to, and it's not kind of like sticking out of the lens as much, but you're able to polish it off and get it to the correct, whatever kind of refractive quality you need.
Hmm. Can't wait to see how this turns out. Oh, and the new telescope I wished for has swappable lenses.
Ooh, tell us what's a telescope?
Oh, it's a device that it works kind of like those glasses, except
Scopes, teles.
it's for seeing things much farther off. Actually, I'm not sure how well this works with your eyesight biologically, but well, for example, and she'll point her telescope to a far off target. Tell me if you can see that thing that's way off. And she points. She gestures to have him look through the eyepiece.
Okay. Keeping his normal glasses on, he will look through it. And he's like, oh, yes, I can see that. Fascinating. It's kind of a bit hard to get a good angle. Here, hold on. Let me. He actually was going to take out a backup pair of glasses and pop out one of the lenses and try to put it in there. And then put his eye without the glasses on right up next to it. Ah, that's more like it. Hey, you can see the dustbed from over here.
Dustbed?
Yeah. Yeah, it's well, actually, I guess the mountains are in the way. Well, actually, let's say you can, if you look through the valley here, you can kind of get an eye. It's a place down here where it's mostly a desert area.
That's just past the shard nexus, I believe.
Yep. A lot of us like to go and scavenge in that area to get all kinds of minerals there, but it's pretty empty. Just a lot of weird dust. Don't stay in there too long; it'll suck the life out of you. But there is some great stuff in there to mine.
Huh.
What?
Like what?
Well, I mean, some of that white stuff that white stone for starters.
Yeah, well, an Arcturus walks up and
I see. Now, when you say it sucks the life out of you, is it
I'll say
like
that stuff's like super hard. How do you mine it?
We filter it. We don't like directly mine it. It's dust, so we just separate the dust with different methods.
Okay.
We get polar liquids, non-polar liquids, just physical sorting, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you, like take some tweezers and just sort of bit by bit.
I'm mashed, you dolt. Some of the grains are bigger than others. So if you get a mesh with small holes, the big grains don't go through and the smaller ones do. Then you just mix some water with it and it'll mix with some materials but not others. And you try Quicksilver, which is kind of the opposite. If you do that, you can separate out almost anything.
Yeah, Quicksilver. We ran into a whole freaking river of that stuff. What was? You know what? Just gonna leave that one.
What? It's the Quicksilver River. Do you not have Quicksilver Rivers where you come from?
It's not. It's not abundant. No.
Weird. But yeah, there's a lot of packs who like to try to brave that area. The Genie hometown is right past it.
Oh, that's where they were from.
Yep, Ketterling.
Right, so tell me more about this whole draining the life thing.
I don't know why it does it. I don't know how it does it. If it's supposed to or if it's not, it just does. That's all I know.
Is it like a territory thing? Just like being in a certain area just drains your energy?
Yeah, well, I mean, after we get the material and bring it back, it doesn't drain us anymore, so I guess. Maybe we need a lot of it for it to do anything.
Okay, so it's not something that happens like it's like immediately lethal. So about how long do you have before someone's in danger of dying?
A couple days for the weaker. The others can stay there maybe a week or two if they want.
Okay, so it's not like it hits you full force the moment you walk in. Okay.
Well, I mean, that's on the outskirts. We haven't gone in really deep myself.
I mean, why would you risk it if you can get what you need on the outskirts, right?
Exactly. There's always somebody who goes in there trying to find some ruins and they never come back out.
I'm sorry. Why are we talking about going into? We don't want to go into this place, right?
Well, of course not.
I mean,
You're just showing me out the telescope.
just interesting conversation.
Yep.
Okay.
We scoped out an area and that's a place we don't want to be.
Okay, great. Let's talk about the tower, maybe.
Yeah.
Actually, let us take a look at that tower. And she'll point the telescope over that direction. Let's see, are those storms still happening?
It has been greatly reduced. There is still a flicker of energy, but it is not coming from the surrounding area into it. It is just building up in the tower itself.
Well, I guess that's a good question. Any recommendations on how we should enter the tower? Is there a big obvious entrance and maybe a less obvious secret entrance? Maybe.
Let's actually know he did live there originally.
Maybe a maintenance hatch we can use to not go front door and alert them to our presence immediately. And just make sure the scrying sensor is like not in here with us, right, Val?
Val points out where it currently is.
Which
Is
is
it
like
outside?
out far away outside, right? Cassie, get the silent table thing up.
Yeah, she'll pull out her magical ball, which activates the silent table.
And put up like a thing so there can't be any lip reading, nothing.
Yeah, so that and silent image, which will show a. It's basically the magical version of looping the camera image. So it's just them standing still to any scrying sensor nearby.
Okay. Well, she is. Well, I mean, it's on an island in the river, so in the lake. So you'll need to go across the bridge. It's about 50 feet wide or so. There's lots of balconies. There isn't any underground passage, though.
Are there kind of automated defenses on the outside that'll like kind of shoot at anything that approaches?
I mean, there's places. There's a lot of holes to attack through.
Murder holes. Yeah, I know what those are.
There's lots of murder holes. There's a couple balconies. It's kind of specifically designed to not be able to be attacked from underground.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, we're in the plane of Earth, so probably not.
But is there like maybe a dock port or something that underwater that we could maybe go in through? Because I can cast life bubble.
No.
All right, so a balcony or the front door. I guess balcony is.
How high up is the balcony?
Well, there's lots of them. Which one do you want to go to?
Which would you recommend if our goal is to get inside unnoticed?
Well, I mean, there's Arcturus is going to pop up. There is lots of some kind. Actually, wait, no. Fel, if you're looking at it, you can see there's lots of flying creatures around it. That seems to have glowing red wings, some kind of crystalline red wings.
On that note, Arcturus, sir, are you planning on accompanying us, or do you wish to stay here and keep your research going? I'm not going to ask you to do anything one way or the other, but for planning, it would be good to know what your intentions are.
And the intentions of Reza? Reza, was it? Do we know her name?
I was like, her intention is to do whatever he tells her to do.
Well, right, but yeah.
He was like, you need to ask her, buddy.
It's probably
Reza, what are you thinking of doing? She says to the air.
I mean, is Arcturus offered an answer?
I haven't decided yet.
Like that's Arcturus's answer?
No, that's her. That's Reza saying that.
Okay.
Okay. He doop doop. They know because they used to work there. They know what the interior of it looks like. They'll just give you a
Cool. This isn't like the other Onyx towers that they can rearrange the insides, though, is it?
That is an excellent question. They probably can. Which would mean that this map is out of date.
Okay.
All right. Well, I mean, let me at least poke your brain about how the rearranging works. Like, can you move the rooms, and the rooms themselves have to kind of stay as they are? Like, do you just change the hallways and the way they connect, or can you just remodel the entire interior the way you want it to?
Well, I just undid all the work in hiding the interiors. So give me a second.
So basically, are we playing a giant game of Tetris, or can you shrink the rooms and completely change the the way the insides work?
Yeah, I mean, are we basically
As
going in
Simon.
to play a game of Cube?
It is. It generally takes a long time to rearrange the insides. So they can't. I doubt they can do it in the couple of days left, especially with all the energies making everything all funky.
Okay, well that's at least helpful.
So it should be similar to what it.
I assume that the control panels will look the same no matter what. Could you give us an approximation of what those would look like? So if we see them, we can maybe try to do something.
Yeah. Just give me one more second. Okay. That's good enough. This is about what it looks like.
Okay. Is the bottom area ground floor?
Yep.
Where are all the balconies? It looks like there's maybe 2 floors or 3. I guess 4. 1, 2, maybe 4 floors then.
There's about 3.
Okay, 3 floors. So there's 3 balconies then, or 2 balconies then maybe, or are they multiple balconies on the same floor?
So there's a balcony here.
I didn't see you ping.
Wait, how do you ping?
Just hold down
You
the
hold,
mouse.
Yeah, you hold down the mouse.
I had the wrong button.
Yeah, there, I see it. I see it.
There's the one there on the eastern end of the second floor. There's also one here. On a separate tower to the east, connected to this place.
Did anybody else see where that was? Was that on the top right? I see it now.
There's also a balcony here on the northeastern area of the first floor. There's also just the whole southern end.
Okay, so that's ground area. Is all the other, like the dark brown along the edges, supposed to be like the sides of the tower, or is that supposed to be water?
That's land. This is on an island.
Okay, it's on an
So
island.
that's sloped.
Okay.
That's sloped ground, right?
Yes. Yeah, so there's all the murder holes. There's the whole south end. There's a northeastern end on the first floor. On the second floor, there's that eastern one. There's also the south end overlooking on the southwest overlooking the whole southern area is another balcony.
Well, this is gonna be fun.
And on the third floor, there is one more thing.
Ballista.
I see some ballistae.
Yep.
Yeah, there is another balcony at the northeast end of the third tower.
How do you guys feel about crashing in on the valley stay while in an invisibility bubble?
That sounds fun.
Sure, just
I'm good with that.
re- remembering that they might be able to see through it.
Mm,
So yes, we could absolutely do that. Just knowing that they might be able to see through it. If they see through it, what if they start firing at us? Simon can immediately cover us with a fog cloud, and at least they won't be able to target us exactly.
I mean,
And
from up high. That way we don't have to worry about them firing on us.
yeah, I mean, we could. Oh man, that'd be so cool. Like fly all the way up to the ceiling
All the way up and then come
and then
straight down.
go swooping through
Yep.
like the stalagmites and
That's
or
not
the
a bad idea.
stalactites, like, and then like come down straight from above.
That is a good idea. It's worth noting that area at the top right is a fourth floor that is positioned in the center of the third floor.
What about the area in the lower left? Is that the fifth floor positioned in the middle of the fourth floor?
No, that is the third floor positioned where you see it.
We
Okay.
need to think that.
Okay, wait. So I'm a little confused. The third floor is the big bubble, right?
Yeah. Let me get you back to the first floor. See how there's that kind of section off to the left?
Okay, 2 towers. Got it.
Yes, it's 2 towers and they're connected, but on the third floor they're separated.
Got it.
Got it. Yeah.
I think crashing in from the top, securing the top, and working our way down.
Simon. Yeah. Simon says, just this is a really good idea. Just remember that since if we'd start here, anyone in the lower floors would be being alerted to our presence would converge at a
Yeah,
certain point, and so
I mean-
we would still have to deal with them, but perhaps this way we can deal with them in a more controlled way.
yeah, and we can choke them with their own defenses.
Yeah. So this is a good idea.
Or, I mean, hell, if the main controls are in the top of the tower, we could take control of it and seal off the fortress if we're lucky. Maybe we'll catch Xanathura and Azersi off guard and just blast right into them.
How many miles away am I? Or are we right now?
About 30.
Yeah, I mean, Griff can carry us the distance. It's just
I have an idea. We could go halfway, and then I could use my abilities maybe to try and look inside the tower before we actually attack. I don't know if they have something to block that kind of thing, but it couldn't hurt. I haven't had to use it much in this recently. I use it quite a bit when it was just a Simon and myself. We would need to scout to make sure that where we were going to attack was okay. But I can either hear what's going on or see what's going on. An invisible sensor, sort of like the one that's outside this place right now. Someone very perceptive might be able to see it, but we would get a better idea of what the layout would be or what's there. It just depends on what everybody else wants to
I mean,
do.
if you'd like to, we can spend today traveling to a place like maybe 10 to 15 miles away from the tower, camp out for the night, and then you can do your scry scouting today, and we can actually go tomorrow.
I think that would be a better idea because we'd be a lot more prepared, and we have the time, so we should probably use it.
I say I like this. How's everyone else feel?
And Fel, I'm sure can do some similar things. She's a lot better at this kind of thing than I am.
Oh, actually, I need to. I didn't took greater insect spies. Did maybe I can do something? Let me see what like the range is on those.
I think it's like a mile per level or an hour per level, maybe.
Yeah, hold on. keep going while I look this up.
So we could, use our various spells and abilities today just to get a better idea of what we're looking at and then attack tomorrow.
Sounds good to me.
That works for me.
So Arcturus is going along?
Yes. I might attack from a different angle.
It's fine.
Well, I mean, if
You're
you
sort of a tank.
if
so-
you just blasted them from the front door, it would definitely distract them enough for everyone. But I'm not the kind of person to suggest someone be the decoy, so I will leave it to your judgment what you feel best suited to.
I will think on it tonight.
Do you want to go with us to our camp, or you just meet up with us in the morning? What's your plan there?
We will camp together.
Okay. I'm trying to. I can see, like, I cast it on insects that are nearby, and it lasts 10 minutes per level. So I'd have to do something to get them closer to the tower from a distance, like send like a bird or something. But I don't think there's a range after I've cast it.
I can actually have an animal messenger carry your insects over there.
Who are you sending the message to? Oh wait, Animal Messenger goes to a location. That's right.
Yes, it goes to location.
That is that's a great idea. Let's
Wait, what's the idea?
All right, so I will cast.
I can cast Shadow Enchantment, Animal Messenger.
You don't even have to do that. Animal Messenger is on my spell list.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm yes.
And so it would be even stronger. But yeah, I can create my insect spies and then send them on an Animal Messenger, like, because I'll have like 2.5 hours of insect spies. So I can like send the bird to take them to the tower and then scout out the tower with my insects.
Animal Messenger doesn't increase their speed.
It would increase the speed of the, because it would just be a bird flying. It wouldn't be the beetles themselves on their own speed. Like, we put them on the Animal Messenger and then send the Animal Messenger to the tower.
And how do you convince the bird not to eat the insect?
Sheer numbers game. There's going to be 4 of them, so only, and it shouldn't eat anything that I give it until it gets to the tower, I imagine.
I mean, I could force it to not eat the insects.
Yeah, hypnotize it to not eat the insects.
Insects are your babies.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
just trying to
let me-
make sure that there's not a distance range on after I've cast it. I'm trying to double check.
I don't think so. It's just realistically speaking, how far can they go?
Yeah, I mean, if a bird flying would at least give me.
But
How far do we get with Griff each hour?
how would you get it back?
No, because it's greater insect spies. I can see what they see.
Ah,
I can just possess them. Or I can't really I don't possess them, but I can see I can see and hear what the insects see and hear, and I can, as a move action, just kind of switch between them.
okay.
And I can use clairvoyance for myself.
Okay.
This is a brilliant fucking plan. If nothing else, I can scout out the actual layout of the tower.
Yeah, maybe they'll be expecting something magical. They'll see my scrying eye and like dispel that, but they won't be looking for insects. Who knows?
I mean, if it fails, we're just out 4 beetles.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, so once we've gotten to our camping spot, we're totally going to do that.
All right.
I have to get it within at least 17 miles, but we'll probably be like 10 miles away.
Yeah, I mean, 10 miles is still a good, perfectly safe distance for this shenaniganery.
So Arcturus is going to say, I'll need at least an hour to wrap things up here before I'm ready to head out.
Okay. Gamma, pause updates for 1 hour. I don't know.
Understood. Initiating hibernation cycle for 60 minutes.
She will position herself right behind Gamma as he says this, and like take him slowly to the ground.
Yeah.
I don't want him to hurt himself.
Actually, you know what? We should use, since there's going to be a lot of us going along this time, we should use this hour to rig up some kind of thing for Griff to more safely and comfortably carry this group.
Yeah. Riza's like, I would appreciate it.
All right, so we need seating for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Arcturus is actually going to say, Fel, I could use your expertise for some time.
Oh, okay. What did you have in mind?
This way.
All right. So, like, Burrow's currently just messing with, like, wood and trying to get Simon involved in it. It's like, all right, we have, like, an hour to make something as uncrappy as possible.
Yeah, Simon absolutely has an engineering expertise to figure it out. He might not be great for actually make. Well, he absolutely he could help make.
I miss our old carriage before the all food incident.
Yeah. Okay, so once he takes you aside, he's going to activate kind of a technological version of a silent table spell. And says, so, I think I figured out why PyCon sent you over here with me. You have divine magic, correct?
I should hope so. Guiding from Lord Pycon himself.
Divination magic?
Yes,
Oh, no.
some divination.
Okay. I'm going to tell you something that you can't share with everyone else.
Okay.
I believe that not I believe. Someone has taken the sardonyx shard.
Cersei, right?
No, she has the onyx key. I had the sardonyx shard until yesterday. I don't know how they got past
You
my
had a sardonyx shard?
Yeah, didn't.
No, remember he was hiding that fact, and we had a fake that had been passed off,
Right.
and we were pretending that we thought it was real.
Yes, I did. I believe Xerxes has taken that from us. Or either Xerxes or Ziguk are the two most likely suspects. They are, aside from your group, they're the only ones who have the knowledge of it and the magical skills capable of doing something like that. I was wondering if you could cast a legend lore spell to try to narrow the options down. If Ziguk took it, then it should be finished casting within 40 minutes at most.
Legend lore, look it up to see how fucked Burl is.
Since he is
Legend lore.
since
Well,
he
I
is
have both that and the vision spell.
since he is close by.
I don't think that'll help, but I have no idea.
Well, I mean, he's doing that as an.
Yeah. No, sorry. This
That's
is
one that he knows wizards.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead and go. I'm looking this up just to find out how fucked I am.
it's an important place or thing. So it gives information about the legend of the thing. Yeah.
If it is in Stoneholm somewhere, then you should be finished casting it shortly. And if not, that means it is elsewhere and likely in the Citadel. It'll at least help narrow our options. Of course, if you have anything stronger divination, I would appreciate that too.
Yes, I can do you one better and cast the vision spell. We should get the results immediately, but it does require some materials to cast. Fortunately, I have them. I'll just expect some reimbursement.
If we can get this, I'll pay you 5 times what this spell's worth.
Fun. All right, then Fel will pull out some incense and the pieces of ivory.
I think we're
And
fucked.
If only detailed information on the person, place, or object is known.
But if we're specifically targeting. Well, what are we targeting? Are we
The
targeting?
sardonyx shard, which you are very familiar with.
If only rumors are known, the DC is 30 and the information gained is vague.
Now, to be fair, I don't know how well Fel specifically is familiar with it because they've discussed it in the meeting back in the forest. I think they probably took it without her knowing.
Okay. Arcturus again will fill you in then. The sardonyx.
So she hasn't seen it personally.
The sardonyx shard is part of the onyx key, and is used to access. And he basically goes through the whole stuff about it. Shows you a drawing of it and such. Tells you that it's used in the towers created by the onyx key to gain access to this vault. My concern is that Ziguk, as a vault keeper, wants everything to remain the same and permanently lock this vault off from the material plane, which would be an extreme waste. I don't think even Burl wants this place to be completely locked down, but his role is a vault keeper, not a vault tour guide.
Well, at least the information gained will be incomplete.
Okay, so I'm looking at vision, which is somewhat different from legend lore. In this case, the Sardine Shard it technically wouldn't be at hand, right?
It says, or if you're in the place at question. I was imagining the place in question would work.
It's on another plane, though.
But
It is in an extra dimensional space.
So it's not on this plane. That's the entire reason he put it in there, is to make it more difficult for things like this.
Okay.
So I guess I would have to do a caster level check against 25 just to get incomplete information.
It seems to be the case, yes.
See, this always seemed like a spell that would give information about the object itself, not the whereabouts of it. But I'm not the GM, so.
You pose a question about it. And so the question was B, who has it?
Oh boy.
That's what he wants to know, if it's Ziguk or Azersi. Okay.
All right.
You might be fucked.
Yeah.
If the answer is neither.
No, the question would be who has it, and he's trying to use this to narrow it down. This is Arcturus. He's smart. He wouldn't make silly mistakes like that.
I know.
So you would get incomplete information, but It's got to be enough to narrow it down to Burl because there's so few options.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead. I did what I did, so I'll own it. We tried to be clever.
Yeah. Yeah, it is held by a follower of Iomade. That is the information you get.
Fuck me.
Um, I would say that the vision that she gets would probably be like the emblem or something of Yomade. So Fel would just say something like, I just see an image of a sword in front of a shining sun. That's weird."
I've seen that from Spencer's group enough to know who that is. Burl follows Iomade, doesn't he?
Does he? That sounds familiar. That might be right. What
According
does that have
to
to do with anything?
Where were you yesterday?
Burl stole my sardonic shard yesterday, somehow.
Really? We haven't even been anywhere close to you.
I know. And he did it without you being aware. Was he away from you at any point in time?
We were busy going around the nexuses.
He's a druid. He wouldn't even have access to that kind of magic. Was there anything that would be powerful enough to steal an artifact from someone?
Powerful enough to steal an artifact. Well, nothing that we would have access to, I think.
Well, it happens somehow, unless you're, and I trust Pycon. That vision's not wrong.
Out of character, since Fel does not know about that happening, she probably legitimately doesn't think that a wish would be powerful enough to take an artifact, because to wear an artifact is like a big deal.
Yeah. It is like the strongest spell around, but it still has its own limitations.
No, I can't think of anything that would be powerful enough to take an artifact right from under your nose. Especially if you took precautions to keep it secure.
It's technically only part of an artifact. That could be why. It might need to be with the Onyx key to have the full defenses an artifact would normally have. Okay. Burl is a friend of yours, correct?
I like to think so. We're fairly friendly with each other.
You would prefer that he sticks around.
Yeah.
That's how I don't die right now.
Yep! Then I will give him one chance. Thank you very much, Fel. Pycon continues to amaze me, even though I don't get to see him much nowadays. Tell him I said hi. If you talk to him.
Every day.
Okay. And that's all he wants with Fel.
Because as far as Fel's concerned, the wish got her an awesome telescope.
Yep.
That's about the scale she's working with.
That's a very fair reason.
I don't even know I have it.
Okay, I'll go out and ask to see Cassie.
Okay, so he talks to me.
Yep.
No, it's Arcturus. What's up?
A word in private, if you would.
Sure.
He nods.
Pass, put telepathic bond on Sarban.
Yeah, well, I didn't hear all that, so I have no. I'm guessing right because he did the
Yeah.
technological version. Okay, so she goes over there, pulls out her ball. I assume he like stops her and does his own thing, or
Yeah.
oh right, I guess you probably would have that.
You can use your own as well if you wish.
I'm pretty sure yours works at least as well as mine, so I'm good.
Right.
What do you want to talk about?
Several things. First off, I wanted to clear things up with where the Technic League stands on Simon. Whenever anyone enters into the academy, they sign a contract stating that they will devote a certain number of years in service to the Technic League before going elsewhere in a non-competitive clause. He left before serving at all.
Is this about monetary compensation or something deeper?
It is not about monetary compensation, it is about expertise. And money can only go so far. It cannot. It is about the time that he promised to be dedicated to the technique.
If it makes you feel better, he was the only reason he left was because he was very seriously worried about me. He hadn't heard anything from me for a while, and he had heard rumors about some riffraff starting up, and
The reason does not matter.
well, it does a little bit. If I don't know if you have family or, I mean, you have Reza, but if you thought that she was in danger, would you let anything get in your way? I imagine you do something about it, and that's what he thought for me. And he was even, I think he 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 was willing to risk your dissatisfaction and anger and everything else because he was worried about me. And I understand that that's not how you do things. Perhaps there's a way that we can settle this in a way that you would find satisfactory.
Yes. As it currently stands, he is a wanted man. And while I know you are more than capable of living on the run, I don't imagine you would want to do that. You seem like a bit of a city girl.
I've lived on my own, well, and with a group of people, but we were gypsies. I can pretty much go anywhere.
I'm well aware. But it would likely be a burden lifted if this issue could be dealt with.
Okay, how could it be dealt with?
As I said, the issue is expertise. if he or you would be willing to join the Technic League for the amount of time stated in his contract, we would be willing to overlook his failure to honor his agreement.
Okay. Well, what's the stated amount of time, if I may ask?
You may. The default time is 5 years.
Okay. I'll talk with him about that, and we'll get back to you about that. I understand that. I imagine that saying no to this would mean that we would be on some sort of list or bounty, perhaps. Is that correct?
That is correct, especially given his time with the Ironfang Legion.
I've got to ask, do you know who was responsible for selling the various weapons? Because I don't think you really think it's Simon. I think that you don't like Simon, and so you put him in the crosshairs, because I think we both know that there are a lot of people who are in the Technic League right now who have the actual resources to maybe make a little bit of extra money, maybe who want to be on top of things, maybe who want to oust you from power. I think that's really who you think it would be, not Simon. I think that that's just a reason that you want to use to get him to serve his time. I don't think you really think that he was responsible for selling all those weapons with little to no contacts within the organization.
Do you know who did it? You seemed quite confident the other day.
It's a bard trick.
So you have no idea.
I don't really know. I don't really know. I know it's not him. And I know you know that it's not him. Other than that, it's probably someone who's trying to get rid of you slowly,
Question,
build up his center of power.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
you're asking the wrong question. It is not who gave information to them and who sold all the weapons to them. It is a question of resources. There will always be geniuses. But I don't need to explain this to you. I am offering to have Simon's to have Simon's wanted status revoked if you can agree to serve the Technic League in some capacity. You wouldn't necessarily have to stay. You wouldn't have to move to Numeria. We reach out in many places. You'd obviously need some training to know what you're talking about, though.
That's something we can discuss. I think is a good possibility that we will take you up on that offer. We will need to consider it, but we very much thank you for the kind offer.
I have one more thing. A request, if you will. In exchange for information on who your mother is and how to contact her, I would like you to convince Burl to return stolen artifacts to me.
Okay, what artifact would that be?
Any artifact that he has stolen to me relevant in this campaign.
Okay,
Like,
I'm pretty sure he hasn't done anything like that. But if I see or hear anything like that, I will give you a ring.
Roll that bluff.
I would like to have assistance of druids and such when coming back to this area after done with the Ironfang Legion. But druids in charge of places tends to get rather barbaric.
I don't think he really understands how much the druids fucking hate him.
Do you know that there are many druids that Spencer has had to fight at the Worldwound?
I didn't know that, but I understand you're a deal maker. You like to make use of people in ways you can. Are you wanting me to be a go-between to see if I can get druids to at least be open to speaking with you?
They say that the Worldwound is a natural occurrence and thus should stay as it is. They prevent people from even they prevent the possibility of change, of growth.
Oh, he's
They
not talking
are-
about life druids. He's talking about like those rot druids and shit.
They are an essential part of nature, but if they are to lead nature, then nothing would happen. In fact, many bad things could continue happening, or good things regardless. They are useful, but them being in charge is dangerous. That is not something I wish for this vault. If Earl had his way, this would likely be locked off from from humans to a large degree to let the life here flourish. I would like his assistance in helping, but they are still necessary. They have greatly expanded the amount of resources we can take and replenish land as we go about harvesting areas to ensure that it stays flourishing and does not die. But again, they cannot be allowed to be in charge. And I would like this to be sent back to me before the assault, if he has it. You understand him better than I do. You are his friend. You have the capability of changing his mind. I do not. That is why I am requesting your assistance to change his mind.
I mean, I can ask, but we haven't really had the time to do anything. We've been very busy. Getting 3 Nexus in, what, a day? Pretty much? But I can ask. I can find out for you, perhaps. Well, I mean, definitely if you do get information about my mother.
I already have it, and it has been verified. And if you're thinking that you are capable of figuring it out on your own, she has altered her identity to someone else. The alteration has been so complete that all divination spells will fail if they are attempted.
Well,
Because they are looking for the wrong person.
Ah,
he already just gave away the game.
You cannot find out who she is without my assistance.
Try not to laugh.
yeah, she's trying. And she succeeds because her bluff is so high.
The ability that she has taken advantage of has been known to even fool wish spells if it is done properly. Nothing can stop it. Just so you know. I'm sure you've heard tales of the Batman.
Did you say of the Batman?
Yes, he is a crime fighter in Nadal, I believe.
Yes.
Oh, she's a fucking vigilante.
I believe. What?
No one has ever figured out who his real identity is because it is a completely separate person. Even the gods themselves see it as someone completely separate. Thus, it can't be used to track them.
Well, I will definitely. If I'll attempt to find something out. I I'm not sure how did he get this thing a long time ago? Was it recent? Was it like before I knew him?
You have no intention of helping me, do you?
No, I'm asking. I want to know. I do have every intention of helping you. I want to know about my mother. I'm. By the way, I'm using my Nat 20 bluff on this.
Okay, I'm just saying from Arcturus's perspective is like, there's no way Burl is clever enough to pull something over your eyes, right? The idea that Burl stole this yesterday without you realizing it seems completely ridiculous.
But she's saying, look, we. So was it recent? I mean, just judging from your reaction, we've been fighting. We went up against. We were just talking to a bunch of people. Almost got our asses handed to us, and then we went up against a stone giant thing that fried us. We've been very busy going from place to place. I don't know if you think it happened recently. You're not really giving me any information here.
I want him and I to be on friendly terms, and any artifacts he finds inside the Onyx Citadel to be given to me.
Okay, artifacts inside the Onyx Citadel.
Yes.
You want those?
And Xeomorns keep a great deal of information in there on their vaults.
Okay, I mean,
Would be good to have.
I might be able to run that by everybody if you help out a lot, which you already sort of said you were going to do. But if you just expect me to, say, okay, this stuff is Arcturus's, and even though he didn't do anything, I mean, that might be a little bit harder to run past them. I might be able to do it if you do your thing, which you're really good at, and help out a lot, but
I will be on the battlefield.
okay, all right. Then I might be able to do something about that, and I'll see what I can find out about this thing you say Burl has. How do you know Burl has it? I don't even know what this thing is, but we've been very busy. He's been very very good. He's been very active in battles. He's been with us the entire time. He hasn't. I mean, he's not the type to steal things in the night either.
That's my job.
Is it possible you're mistaken?
He doesn't really respond directly to that.
I'm just saying, I just don't see Burl doing that.
Me neither.
Okay, but I can do something about the artifacts inside, perhaps, if you take an active part in the battle. That I can definitely do something about. I can sway people, and you don't really have to do much with that. You can play the neutral party and not be so aggressive. I can help with that. And I'll talk to my brother about what we spoke about before and get back to you about that. You'll have our answer by the time we finish up with the tower here.
You mean the Citadel?
Yes, the Citadel. The big tower over there. It's a tower. It's a citadel. It's the same, not the same thing. It's a really big tower. Yes, you'll have our answer.
He nods. I want to be on friendly terms with you all. You are friends of Val, who worships my best friend. He picks wisely. He picks good people. Let's keep it that way.
I agree. We should keep it that way.
And let's just I'll intimidate there.
Oh, goodness. Okay. It's plus 35.
Yeah.
Do I roll against that with something, or?
I'll just let you roleplay that.
Okay. Because my bluff is so high, I will pass it off as remaining diplomatic. Inside, I am freaking out. He if he's really observant, he might notice my hand is shaking a little bit on my at my side until I hold it behind my back, or hold on to it with my other arm and steady it. But my face looks perfectly serene and helpful and diplomatic.
Okay, and that's that.
How do you convince Burl to return something he doesn't even know he has?
No, I'm not going to do that. I like inside my. Anyway.
Actually, let me think. There's a couple other points in conversation I want to double check that I didn't miss. And I guess there'd be no reason for him to explain that. Okay, right. That was. I didn't expect you to admit you were just bluffing about who you knew sold the items so soon. So I cut that conversation a bit short, but that's fine. Yeah, that's all he has to say.
Yeah, I wanted to. May I make a sense motive? That was the roll I did earlier. That's a total of a 27 sense motive against his bluff, his normal bluff, which is like a +9 or 11. He wouldn't have had any reason to.
I mean, if he knew that Burl had the sardonic shard and he was going to try to blackmail you to get for him, you would have buffed himself up a bit.
Okay, so it'd be like a +15 maybe. Let me look at his thing.
Yeah, I don't know how his buffs work.
All right, so his normal is a 2. With the 9, he's at a +11. So he would be at a +11 right now.
Okay.
That's that equals me.
Okay. He's he doesn't want to, but there's murder in those eyes if he doesn't get what he wants.
I meant it so it was specifically at the point where I wanted to see what his reaction was when I said that sort of that I didn't really know.
That you didn't know?
Yeah,
that you didn't know about what?
That I didn't really know who was selling the weapons, or like you said, you seem pretty certain.
Okay. Never mind. Forget what I said earlier.
I mean, that's pretty obvious that murder is in his eyes. That's very obvious with his 44 intimidate.
Okay, so in terms of that, his concern was if you knew and how. But once he realized he didn't know, he just kind of put it off. He didn't care. He wasn't concerned about who it was so much about how you, why you would know.
Okay. So there was tension, and then suddenly it was gone.
Basically, I mean, he basically said like, it doesn't matter who did it. That's it's kind of like that's already been dealt with type thing.
Okay. I could have probably played that better, but I was mainly concerned about shoving away interest in myself and Simon, which I suppose I succeeded in that. But yeah. Anyway.
Yep. That is that. Yeah, I did not expect you to actually get information on your mom before he had a chance to blackmail you with that. I was finding that out before you got your wish.
Funny how that ended up working, huh?
Yeah, now it just makes him look like an idiot, but that's what I was planning.
Oh, wait, hang on. Hang on. I meant to do this. It doesn't matter. Does not matter. Yeah, so it's still the same number. All right. Goes back and talks to Simon. Says under cover of silent table. Says, yeah, so unless one of us is involved with the Technic League at some point for 5 years, they're gonna send bounty hunters after us, and we'll have to be running around for a while. I don't want you to have to go back to the Technic League, but would you like to be running for the rest of our lives? Which is possible. I'm really good at running. But just we'll need to figure something out before the end of by the time we finish this area here. But that was what Arcturus, his sort of ultimatum was.
I really don't. Is there any? Does it have to be 5 years?
That's what he said. I might be able to modify that, but
I mean, that was assuming we graduate like a normal student. We're fucking awesome now. Maybe we could say since we're so awesome, it's not as long. I don't want to do anything with them, but or not be with you for any time. But maybe.
no, I'd be with you. But we need to be thinking about that.
I don't know. Maybe we could just live here.
That's a possibility.
There's all kinds of stories you could get here that you couldn't get anywhere else. Whole new thing.
Yeah. Okay. We could also, topple the tyrant. Maybe. We'll see. We'll think about it.
All right.
As things are getting crazy. Although yeah. Do you think it's possible that? No, that's stupid. I kind of wonder if Arcturus himself was actually, if he knew what was going on somehow with the Technic League and Iron Legion.
What do you mean?
I don't know. He seemed to. He was all worried about me knowing about it, and then he wasn't. When he
Well, it's.
I don't know. Is how I know about because his does he have some sort of robotic helper or something like that?
You mean that clockwork thing? The little dragonfly? Whatever?
Didn't you tell me that he has some sort of computer something or other? I've only heard what you said. I don't know what it is. Just a helper in his organization.
There's an AI in charge of the place. Yeah.
Do you think he could really not know what's going on with an AI helping him out?
I mean,
I just kind of wonder if he was if he knew all about this.
well, I mean, there's always going to be some kind of black market deals, and AI can't track that. The question is like how it got to be all this. Like, I don't know how. I don't think it's possible to transport. I don't think that. I don't even know if the Titanic like has as many rocket launchers as I've seen.
Okay, it's just a thought. I don't know.
Like, and even if they got the weapons, it wouldn't do any good, right? I mean, that's obvious, but like,
I don't know. It's just a thought.
without the right energy to power, like you need a generator to work with to build more technology to power technology. You need a generator, and there's no way that got sold. Like, no way. Those are under lock and key more than anything else.
Right. So it's not. It doesn't. So what I'm saying is, it's not possible that all this technology could have gotten out of hand without him knowing something about it.
Well,
I think he's more involved than we originally might have thought.
well, maybe, or I don't know. Like, I don't I don't know how they could have gotten this much technology, even if Arcturus himself is helping them. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Well, keep it on the back burner. But yeah, we. No, I don't. I would never force you to go back to the Technic League. I just, if just, I just, if you don't want to, and I don't want to, we'll just have to, keep on running for a while until we figure something out.
I thought it was everything I wanted since it fit my skills, but honestly, it reminds me too much of home. And there's not a lot of good memories there.
Okay, we'll have to do something about that then. But after this.
Yep.
But apparently he will at least be a stellar part of the invasion. So I was able to get that at least.
What do you expect him to sit there and watch us do all the work?
Yes, if it means that he wants to. If
Wouldn't put it past him.
I wouldn't put it past him. He's done it before, and he could be saving himself to beat to do something later. But no, I at least convinced him to take a big part in it if. Well, he wants some of the information, and honestly, a lot of the information we won't be able to use anyway. So, if I can convince some folks to let him have that, then he said he would do a lot of the attacking, which would be a big help anyway. If you want to, if you want to take a stab at him after all that, it might be a chance. Probably a really stupid idea, but
Well, I mean, if we give him the information in the Citadel, there isn't anything else he wants from us, thankfully. So we're good.
yeah.
Right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, you're just a little quiet there.
Yes, we're good. She will leave. She will. She and Sam will move out of the general area, and I suppose at some point we need to do all the checks to see about inside the Citadel, right?
Yeah.
Like Burl needs to do his checks. Cassie needs to do her checks. Fel needs to do her checks if she has anything.
Yeah, let's take care of that next week.
Okay.
I have a pretty solid general idea of things, but I want to have the whole place populated for the specific questions.
Yeah.
We're talking about the scouting.
So, I mean, is Cassie going to inform Burl of the situation, or is he going to live in ignorance?
That's a good question. I think she'll make a show of it. Perhaps. But he won't know what the heck she's talking about, so. Because he didn't even tell her what the thing was that he was after.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty obvious, man.
I know.
That's why he didn't feel the need to say anything more.
But you won't know what's going on. So we'll do that next week.
My internet went out, cut out for the past couple of minutes. What did I miss?
Nothing really.
Yeah, just that Cassie's going to make a show of trying to convince Burl, and then not.
I mean, because the funny thing is, Burl doesn't even know he has it. So
Exactly.
I have to play it that way.
Yeah, so she's gonna just make a show of it, and so she can say that he doesn't know.
Wait, I thought we were talking about the sardonic shard.
Yeah, because he doesn't know. Verl doesn't know.
Oh, you're saying make a show of it in front of Arcturus so that Arcturus can see that Burl has no idea what he's talking about.
Sure. Or in private, but either way, she can say honestly that Burl said he doesn't know, and it's pretty like. I can even use a spell on you. I can even use a suggestion, and you will still not be able to know. You still will not know.
Well, I mean, the thing is, here, I understand what you're going for. What I'm saying is, you're going to have to run that logic by Arcturus himself. So if the play is not done in front of him, where like he can perceive that Burl truly does not know what he's talking about,
Yeah.
and just add to confusion, he's just going to assume that we're lying and trying to keep it, and then he's going to kill us.
No,
So keep that in mind.
Yeah, no. It'll be some way where he can tell that you at least have no idea.
It's been so long that I don't remember. So did Burl also have his memory modified of?
Yes.
Yeah, Burl. So that
Literally
Burl,
everybody but Cassie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simon probably suspects some things up because he knows her really well, but
Right, but he
knows
doesn't
better
know
than-
what it is.
He doesn't know what it is, and he knows better than Debray.
So we've got both pieces and have no idea.
we don't have the Onyx key. We have the Sardonic shard.
You have this Sardonic shard. Everything else and worthwhile is inside the Citadel at the moment.
I guess I should discuss, like, the only reason Burl wants the Sardonic shard is to prevent Arcturus from running roughshod all over the vault.
Oh
Like-
no, yeah, it absolutely makes all the sense.
Arcturus, like, he can like do his justification there, but I mean,
Whoa,
he's
here's
not,
the question: can we actually lock him into this plane?
If you leave with the Sardonic shard back to the material plane, yes.
I mean, that's.
That's this
I have a
solves
feeling
all our problems.
Arcturus is kind of the person who would. I do not
I
doubt that
imagine he probably has
he
some
would
sort of,
figure a
like-
way out.
He'd find
Yeah.
a way to blast his way out. And,
Or-
You do like the
or-
blue thing where you just
Murder everybody.
where you just scream so much that it breaks the walls of reality.
No, he like finds the genies and beats them down until one of them wishes him out of the vault.
I mean, yeah, because to be fair, like that's as far as you know, but there could be all kinds of Xeomorph artifacts in the Citadel that would let him out too.
Yeah, I mean, that's we.
So you don't base it's a thing where like with the information you have on hand, yes, but there's always a possibility of stuff in the Citadel helping him out. Since, like the Zorn said, the Xeomorph travel to other planes. They had to leave here somehow.
Right. Okay. All right. This is very interesting. Ah.
Anyway, we'll see how Burl continues to flirt with death next week.
Yep.
I was like, if Fel mentions the genies and wishes, the game's over.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. She didn't say anything. I'm so very glad.
Yeah, well, I mean, Arcturus doesn't know how he did it, but he trusts PyCon more than like anything else going on. There's no question in his mind that Burl has it.
And there's no question
I mean,
in Burl's
how-
mind that he is still thinking of a way to steal it from Arcturus.
Like he knows there's conflict. That's one of the reasons why, like, he's like, Cassie can smooth the edges, and I have between us to potentially resolve this nice, and I have blackmail material to ensure she'll do that.
Yes. I must find my mother. I have no
It was
idea.
it was
where
also
she is.
interesting finding out that the mother was a vigilante, an evil vigilante.
Well, it's like how
I am the darkness. I am the
how would you
night.
truly
I am
fool-
that.
Yeah, it's such a cool because like how would you truly fool all detection? Vigilante is more comprehensive in hiding your identity than anything else in all of Pathfinder. It's really fascinating, but it is like the best way to do it. It literally even heals a wish spell, even stops a wish spell. Now, the fact that it didn't in this case maybe tells you that there's a bit like she's not hiding her identity as much as she could, or there's some feelings getting crossed over or something.
It was a wish asked by her child.
It was a wish asked by her child, and who she had recently interacted with in her other identity. So there was some feelings that got crossed over, which kind of messed up her dual identity just enough for the wish spell.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, so just so we're clear, Sid had nothing to do with that, and
It was all Cal. Yeah.
Yes, Cal, I'm so sorry. I don't know how I saw it.
And
It was Cal.
part of there was also the reveal that Cal is out now.
Yes, Cal is out now because Cal is a BS operative in a.
I'm surprised they let him out and didn't just silence him. But hey, good job, Cal. That brings up worries about Thoradin, though.
Yeah.
Kane will handle it.
Definitely. All right. Good stuff. Good game.
Y'all have a good evening.
All right, I'll end the recording there.
So next time we're storming the castle.